I know this is the game that all of you were looking forward to. We're back in Starfield. Oops. Which I've clearly forgotten how to push buttons on. For some reason, the guns look a lot better right now. And I have no idea why. They're like shiny and stuff. Whatever.
Did you need something?
No, I don't. How do you even play this game? I've been swapping between 4 different games. And it is effing with my ability to do things. Okay, I think I'm generally good. Yeah. What did I set my powers to? Solar flare is 7, I think. No, personal atmosphere is 7, so 5 and 6. Okay. We don't really need those abilities, I don't think. In typical RPG fashion, everything kind of gets, you know, pretty straightforward after a little bit, which is good because we get the DLC and then, or DLC finished, and then I'm done. I'm out. All right. So I think what happened was the guy that we were following around, the engineer, finally got sucked into some void thing or whatever. So he's no longer participating. Where's my reload at? 75 empty magazines. My god. Okay. Don't think there was anything specific I was going for other than that. So we gotta reach the city of Darza now. So I've got... Wait, we warped the ship. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Man, this guy's flexible. Okay. So the ship warped, so we're gonna get on the docking area, I think, and then we'll zoom off. Should be cool. Man, variable refresh rate monitors are very cool. It is strangely buttery looking to me. I am the greatest explorer, actually. It's true. I don't think there's anybody like my character right now. Small primers, heck yeah. My container is full. What the hell am I carrying? Way more aid than I need, I guess. All these foods. What can I make? We do have a bunch of different options here. We got research lab stuff, maybe. I don't think I actually took any of the research unlocking abilities. Yeah, I definitely did not. How many skill points do I have? I have 2. So we could maybe try to science it up a bit. Yeah. I wonder if it's worth it. I feel like most of the time the weapon engineering stuff is a big deal. Craft 5 weapon mods. Well, let's go and burn some stuff. Actually, if I'm going to do this, I need to blow some drugs. Because I have been sitting on a pile of them for a little while now. I believe it was Neurajack? Yes. Okay, so now when I do some research, it should be a lot cheaper. And hopefully, get some bonus, which we do. Nice. Level 2 barrel mods done. I have no zero wire? That's crazy. I guess that actually makes sense. it's a common material, so I don't tend to carry them around. I have no tungsten. Crazy. Well, we may as well see how far we can go. One large primer needed. One large primer and some tungsten. Alright, we'll follow that around. Yeah, okay. Just take these because I can. Okay, where's my research ability at? We're good? No, I just need to craft things. Okay. Probably not going to go too out of my way. And I don't have any titanium, curiously enough. Okay, that should have at least used some material. So with that out of the way, I should be able to go down into my lab and make some stuff. But first we're going to dumpster this. Excellent. All right, I am free from bondage. Let's go and drop down here. And the weapon workbench. So what can I even do? What is cool here? So my tombstone is actually my highest DPS weapon, strangely enough. Let's see what we can do to it. So we don't have any laser mods.
Is it true that you destroyed the Crimson Fleet with nothing
So a long barrel makes it more heavy, but I'm
The stock versions are never quite what you want, are they?
laser sight would be cool, but I don't have an Eon. That sucks. Alright, what's the internal stuff? Hair trigger. Range, rate of fire, damage. Also very dependent on titanium. I might actually buy some titanium. I like the reflex sights a lot, actually.
You're the greatest explorer in the settled systems? Well, they
I don't think this matters. What's the point of the compensator? Increases stability and hip fire accuracy. I almost never fire from the hip though. Man, this titanium and tungsten loop. Problematic. I think armor piercing rounds can stay the way they are though. Penetrators are cool, I guess. Oh, I can't even make them. Okay. Well, I did make a few things. I need 5 more, I guess, in total to have all the goodies, but that's fine for now. Let's go and say hi to whoever's on the station. Should be good. Oh my gosh, I have screwed up. Huh. Why is this doing this? Hang on. I have effed up my chat. Living the dream. Okay. Join Twitch today. Are you serious? Whatever. Not gonna worry about it. Like at this moment. Decided to clear my cache of everything. Okay. We're good. back into it. Back in outer space. Wow, why is my grab drive so overpowered? So we already hit up the Oracle. I guess at this point we're going on this thing. Oh, Varun Kai. This is Varun space. Where the heck is this? House Varun Kavnik. Where is this in the grand scheme of things? Not that far away, actually. I thought the whole thing was that they had kind of disappeared. And that was that, but I guess not. Alright, straight to Dazra. It's kind of cool looking. Path of Redemption. Could I join House Varun? I kind of like the fact that we have Alejandra with us, seeing as this is her neck of the woods. Looks like there's a welcoming party for us out front. This is clearly going to be friendly.
Hold very still and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live.
We are no threat to House Baroon, I promise you.
You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place.
I found your wayward star station, the Oracle.
But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
Hello, Wabu. See, you're putting lots of energy into life. I've never seen a station with a grab drive installed.
It was deemed necessary at the time. We will reevaluate that decision in light of what has happened. Forrest, I think we need not fear our guest. Perhaps
You think
in this
so?
time of need, the Great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
I do not disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the timing is curious. And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action.
So far. What is he even doing? Oh, he's fitnessing. What is this? No, this isn't fitness. This is walking. Oh my god, it's so janky. Okay, I can definitely see how you might find it the most interesting. But it is probably going to be a painful watch. No, I had no idea. Let's get him to do like 10 push-ups while he's out here. I don't know.
Was there something else?
This station brought me here. It jumped while my ship was docked.
We received the automated transmission, but you are certainly not who we expected to find.
Great Serpent,
What's happening?
hear me.
Speaker, we are here!
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you.
Baroon, what has happened?
Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness. I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. To you. Will you not answer us?
Oh, okay.
Our leader, Anasko Varun, he has appeared like this over and over. So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile and lash out.
Hello, Daxing.
Anasko is different. If only we could hear his voice.
Yeah, it's
Some
connectivity out in the middle of nowhere.
assurance that all is not lost.
He sounds plenty lost himself.
You could hear him. Despite the sightings, none have heard the word from Anasko in all this time, yet you claim to. Do not toy with me. Not about this. If you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say?
Something about a gate in a citadel and seeking the great serpent.
Aye, the serpent.
He said that? I heard nothing. Given the gravity of the situation, surely there is no way you would joke about such a thing.
It is no joke. Truly, you did hear Anasko. You have been chosen.
There's so many stabbing emotes. Which is violent.
People of House Varun, hear me. We have asked the great serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us.
He has sent a random dude with a gun.
Has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the great serpent's divine providence, and he will help save us all.
Maybe.
Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us. But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be obeyed. Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Varun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will also remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Varun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised?
What do you mean, the promised?
We, the people of House Varun, are the promised. The great serpent has blessed us with knowledge of the future and our place in it. Our service to him guarantees us a place in the new worlds he will create when he returns to enshroud the universe. A greater gift could not be bestowed upon you.
I remember seeing a gif of a cat who had lost its limb and it was still trying to slap people. So it would posture up and it would get ready and it would just like go for it with its stump. It was both awful and funny at the same time. It just didn't understand that it wasn't capable of slapping people anymore. Your people are always trying to kill me. Why would I help you?
You must mean the Zealots. I assure you, they do not represent House Varun. We do not engage with the settled systems. They would attack us just as soon as you or anyone else. And they would certainly never extend an offer to join them.
Welcome back, Benjamins.
Time of desperation. So, will you?
You've come to spread the gospel of Starfield to everybody else? Yeah, round and round and round. From one mediocre game to another. I'm not agreeing to anything just right now.
The serpent has brought us all here together for a reason. We can,
Who knows, Wabu?
must not fight what is ordained. I understand that this is a great deal to absorb. Please take a moment to think it over. But House Varun cannot wait forever.
Man, look at how much better the NPCs look with a few mods. Like, they're less dead. Because their eyes are no longer this freaky, weird, flat, glowy thing. Man.
You will not get anything out of me.
I will mess you up, old man.
You do not need to ask.
I'd like to know more about House Varun.
I am not surprised you have questions.
What's it like being part of House Varun?
It is not for the faint of heart, I assure you. To know what the future will bring, what will be not just your fate, but that of all those around you. And yet to have no choice but to keep that to yourself. It is a challenge. But as I have told you, it also fills me with purpose. And that purpose is what guides me and drives me.
Can you explain the Great Serpent to me?
You might as well just ask me to explain the universe.
Obviously.
Here is what I can tell you. The Great Serpent revealed himself to Jinan Barun
Just flashed.
ago. He
Took the trench coat
explained
off.
that it was he who had created this galaxy and breathed life into it. And while he had slumbered after his creation, he would return soon. And when he did, those who had served him in his stead would be rewarded, while the rest were cast into shadow. And so, for generations, we have prepared for his return.
Perfect. Does it bother you being away from your people?
I am human.
Our
Of course
baby's
it
made.
bothers me. But I have a mission. And my mission helps preserve the lives and safety of my people. That is more important than my personal feelings.
You worry about people finding out?
For all that I have seen and experienced, I have never been as afraid as the day Sarah and Vladimir confronted me. But they agreed to keep my secret. And they have held true to their word. That surprised me, but also gave me some amount of comfort. I know that most would not react the same. House Varun is still widely hated in the settled systems. And that sentiment will not change anytime soon. It is, after all, much of the reason I was sent here in the first place.
Hey, Wabu. Why does House Varun send out undercover agents?
You know, of course, of our tumultuous history with the people of the settled systems.
Yeah, you murder them all.
Few have forgiven the Serpent's crusade. The High Council worries that many would still plot to wipe us out completely. And so we watch. We look for warning signs and we send word back. And it does not help that we are unfortunately still dependent on supplies. Life on the edge of the settled systems is difficult, and no one will formally trade with us. So agents also help oversee deals with smugglers and the operations needed to transport supplies back home.
How do you have an entire planet and you're not self-sustaining? Thanks.
Of course.
Right. Worst
Our
planet ever.
situation is dire. We need all the help we can get, including yours.
I'm getting railroaded.
The Serpent has guided your thoughts, as he guides us all. Have you reconsidered? Will you join House Varun, become one of the promised, and deliver us from this crisis?
Oh, I guess.
Excellent. Please, come with me.
Sure.
Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Malibor Dulkev, a member of the High Council of House Varun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed.
You keep saying that over and over again, and the more you say
I would
that...
ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizens of Dasra.
The more you say it, the more concerned I get.
What? Open the gate!
This would be crazy to see every day, but I guess eventually it would get normalized.
Surely you saw the scaled citadel as you arrived. It was the center of an explosion of sorts that has annihilated most of our city. We have lost many of our brothers and sisters.
Move along.
I believe we are still in danger.
If you have been sent to us,
Counselor, what is the meaning of this? Is there a problem, Makula?
This city is in shambles. The speaker is missing, and here you are leading some outsider through our sacred space? Why allow this
Which clip is that?
Our city? Have we not lost enough?
Have faith. I believe this outsider was guided here by the Great Serpent himself. And soon, Serpent willing, they will be one of us. But I can be sure and pass your concerns on to the rest of the High Council, if you wish. I apologize for the interruption. There is...
I should apologize. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Okay.
The ritual,
Here in
intended
Dust.
for converts to the promised,
Really
it has not been performed in generations.
Really? Huh.
We are fortunate that
Get out of here,
those still alive
Zestridol.
who remember the old ways.
It's in my
and
pocket.
remained prepared for such a moment as this.
Yeah, I made it and I compacted it and then stuffed it into my pocket.
Herald Inaza. I suspected we might find you here.
There's so many thirsty people out there. That's why Scarlet Blade or whatever
I knew immediately that I would be needed.
Indeed you are.
is the highest selling PlayStation exclusive ever on PC. Stellar Blade, that's what it was.
She will guide you through the ritual.
It's definitely an ornithopter in my pocket.
I assure you that you are in good hands.
What the heck?
We will speak again soon.
We will speak again at some point. Okay, there we go.
So, the great serpent sends you to me. No husk that walk the serpent's path. To enter this sacred cave,
I'm not husky.
there is no turning back. You will be forever changed.
Whatever. I can literally stop time.
You
Come on.
must walk of your own free will, alone. Will you step forward and emerge anointed, one of the promised?
Not really Zestridol, but brakes are good. And I'm waiting for the other two to construct their ornithopters as well. Why am I doing this?
Those born to House Faroon spend every day surrounded by our history. The rituals that separate us from the husks happen naturally over time. You have not experienced that. Those who have not answered the serpent's call cannot coexist with House Faroon. And so, if you are to aid us in our time of need, you must become one of the promised.
Why did you call me a husk?
You have not been filled with purpose by the great serpent.
Gotta get filled
So
up by
you are
the serpent.
merely a
Okay.
husk. But perhaps not for long.
What's in the cave?
A lesson. A test. A moment for the great serpent to reach out and fill you with something more than what you have been.
Oh, kinky. Where the heck is my thing? Yeah, it's like a big dragonfly. Yeah, and 4 wings and it goes. They're pretty cool. I am ready.
Then end.
There's a national park called
And I
Hecla
shall
Park
guide you
in
along the
Canada. I think it's like
serpent's
HECLA.
But this is a journey.
And it has so many dragonflies. It is
Your escort
ridiculous.
cannot
Like
follow.
they just land on you and they feel the strangest things. They have really strong legs for some reason relative to their size.
I will await you at the end of the serpent.
Maybe one time I'll walk out to the lime kiln trail here and I'll go to where all the dragonflies hang out and you can watch them eating bugs. Like you see this speck of dust floating in the light and then a dragonfly comes along and the dust speck disappears. It's kind of cool. Yeah, until they shoot it down, Zestrel.
Before House Faroon, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path. One particular colony ship housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated, individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice.
Ooh, spooky.
But Jinangaroon encountered the great serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them. They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Faroon was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back.
Cast aside my burdens. What is that? What's there to sacrifice? I just like throw something in here. Like what? Here, enjoy. You know, you can have that too. Cast aside all my burdens of trash that I'm never going to use. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I feel like I should be using this, not the other thing. Lovely. Okay. I am so unburdened right now. What do I drive? I drive an automatic. I don't like driving manuals. It's too much work. You can get manuals on Elantras. You have to special order them though.
Were entrusted to the great serpent. They made the leap of
I didn't know you were a gun guy, Zestral.
Faroon to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the great serpent.
Should I play the Oblivion Remastered? You are everything guy. Interesting. What am I leaping and where? Okay. Ah, yeah, I leapt so far. Such faith. Heck yeah. Man, I am the greatest. I'm slowly being filled up by the serpent. It's so good. I've never played Oblivion before. I played a little bit of Morrowind back in the day, but that was it.
Of House Faroon settled this world. At first, in these very caves, Shinan Faroon himself.
You started your driver's license training? Isn't this a little late?
Here that he spread the word of the serpent.
I guess unlike Canada, everywhere else you can kind of get away without being able to drive.
Of their place.
Found out you don't like driving? I don't really like driving either, but I drive fine. Why is there a refrigerator in here? Like this cafeteria for fun. Some people do really like driving. I kind of want to get a VR driving game.
First understood the truth of the shrouding. The great serpent.
Store my sausage? Hell yeah.
He will encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives, and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too would do well to feel that solace amidst the pain.
Solace amidst the pain. Contemplate the shrouding of the universe. Whee! Yeah, I can unburden my sausage anywhere I'd like. It's the beauty of preservatives. Oh, meditating in the poisoned water. Possible to not solve it? I don't know. I have never been in an accident. Knock on wood.
Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the Great Serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return.
I've had my license since I was 16, which is the minimum age.
Your devotion. And remember, whether
Or was it 15? Anyway, like the minimum possible legal time. You gotta sacrifice the goat. Hello. Why is it optional? He survived. Yeah, new trucks versus old trucks, maybe. They've got crumple zones.
While none since Jinan Varun have stood before the Great Serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Varun's connection to the Great Serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the Great Serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
What should we select, friends? We got devotion, obedience, strength, and perseverance. I feel like I'm gonna be strength and perseverance. Alright. Screw this faith crap. Done.
I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
Thank you for taking a moment. Now that you know my history, I can speak openly about how
I'm glad you didn't die in the main game, so we get to experience this. There's no place like home.
Especially a home that you were unsure you would ever return to. And a home that has suffered so much while you were gone.
So much.
I am of course grateful to see my home again, after being away for so long. Although, the Great Serpent has always demanded much of us, as individuals, and as the whole of House.
I'm personally a follower of the flying spaghetti monster.
What has transpired here.
I don't even like pasta that much.
it is hard to believe this is part of any plan. Truly, it is a disaster.
If it is a plan, then our being here is part of it.
I suppose that is true. Regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Baroon.
I'll gladly help for your sake.
And I appreciate that.
So
It is an
romantic.
incredible commitment you have made to become one of the promised. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a thing.
What do you think would have happened if I turned it down?
I am not sure. But what might have been does not matter. You are one of us now.
I'm always looking for unique experiences, and they don't get much more unique than this.
I suppose that is true. All the same, I am glad to count you among us. I know
Yeah,
we
public
have much
transport
to do,
sucks.
but I did not want to leave it
It's
unsaid.
extra sucky here.
Thank you.
It's unreliable and it's long. Like, it's literally a third of the time to drive, which is why nobody uses public transit. Which contributes to traffic.
You arise, one of the promised of House Varoon. Did you feel the great serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew?
I definitely have some indigestion. I just want to help. I'll do what I need to, even if I don't believe in it.
Through strength and perseverance, House Varoon will triumph over all that stands.
But then
in its
people
way.
don't use public transit because it
I
sucks,
grant
so they
you
cut
the
public
title
transit.
of Vindicator. All will know you. All will trust
So
you.
less people use it because it
Above
sucks
us,
more,
in the grand ship morning,
which makes the
jewel of
ridership
Varoon
drop.
fleet.
Like
The
the
High
death
Council
spiral.
waits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the great serpent. All must serve.
If public transit isn't like at least as good as driving, you've lost the plot. It can be a little worse, I guess, because you don't have to park or anything like that, so there's a little bit of a buffer, but my god. I don't know, they're building a train, like a light rail thing. And it's kind of okay, but the problem with that was that it was built really badly, so it's kind of slow, and there's rules around how fast trains are allowed to go in metropolitan areas. It's so stupid. Yeah, the positive is in theory it's cheaper. The negative is everything else. It takes longer. It doesn't show up on time. There's all kinds of weird people on it. It's crowded. Like, unbelievable. But this is North America. Like, North American public transit blows. And a lot of it boils down to just the amount of space between everything, right? And there's not a lot of people here.
How may I assist you? Welcome, Vindicator. You stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Nasco Varoon. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people. I represent House Dulkef. Jamal is from House Kadik, and we are joined by Lovek of House Vital. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Nasco Varoon, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope.
What's with all the houses? Aren't you all House Varoon?
Collectively, we unite under the banner of House Varoon, pledged to follow Jinan Varoon and his descendants. But our society is not a monolith. Jinan, in his wisdom, shepherded the first of us into families that we might grow and prosper.
Oh.
Our 3 families have for generations now helped to govern the people of House Varun, and offer counsel to our leader.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of stuff here. Someone needs to start explaining what's going on.
I understand. Until you were one of us, we could not trust you.
By all means, Malabor. I can't wait to see how you spend this.
Blah, 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 all structures in the seal, da da da. So, literally just a chunk of buildings removed
We just for a moment.
itself.
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Varun since before any of us were born? A bit late on that, it seems.
You were not there. You did not see Anasco. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time.
You're correct. I was not there. Because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own. And then decided this on your own.
Kind of power. I'm glad it is in your hands.
With every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malabor. Do go on.
That's Wabu's trap.
Anasco Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Anasco wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent, and so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted
You
on the matter.
mean
and do
the
not
emote I
know
made for a
before
bead?
The point is that a series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the Scaled Citadel at the time.
Had we been,
This is
we'd be
me.
standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
Oh,
A
yeah.
great tide of energy emanated
No, I
from the
didn't
Scaled
actually do that.
Citadel and swept across Dazra. Much was destroyed in its wake. Those caught in the blast have been left in a state
Basically,
of
Wish.com
trapped
Doom guy right
halfway
now.
between our universe and the vortex. The Citadel itself remains in such a state. Right there and yet beyond our reach. We can only assume that the experiment is still running, somehow preventing us from entering the Citadel. We cannot get in, so we cannot stop it. We're beginning to lose hope before you arrived.
The vortex. What is that?
Forgive me, I am no scientist, but as it has been explained to me, what we call the vortex is the space between universes.
How long ago did this happen?
It has only been a few weeks. There had been efforts to put together some kind of response, some plan. But they had fallen apart.
Tell me how I fit into this.
Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that he can still be saved. A plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. Clearly, it is time to move forward with it. The current head of our science team, Ekris, should be in Jinan Plaza down below us, towards the Citadel. Tell him about your experience with Anasco, and that work on the morning device must proceed.
You got it, Zestral.
You would speak with me? Yes? Did you require something?
Were you there when the experiment went wrong? Or where were you?
I was outside the city, visiting a friend at his farm. We saw the flash of light from inside.
He refuses to
By
look
the
at me.
time we made it outside,
I'm hideous.
You know, in that moment, I worried it was my fault. That I had somehow not been faithful enough, that I had not believed. I still find myself worrying that we are being punished, that we have affronted the Great Serpent in some way,
and that this is our penance.
Did you know Sirac Bethal?
Indeed, Sirac was my cousin. I know they were assigned to the Oracle, and Malabor relayed their final report sent by the station. They walk with the Great Serpent now.
How many people are stationed on the Oracle?
87 souls reside with the Great Serpent now. Many were some of the finest scientific minds House Varun had to offer.
I don't think so.
They will be remembered alongside those we lost here in Dasra.
What will become of the Oracle now?
The Oracle's fate will be tabled for a future discussion. We have more important issues at hand.
Can you tell me more about Sirac?
Sirac was a respected scientist dedicated to the Great Serpent. They spent every moment engrossed in their work, a true testament of faith. It was their greatest honor to be selected for the Oracle.
I have some other questions.
Of course.
What was Dazra like before the experiment?
It was breathtaking. A true testament to the will of Jinan Varun and our faith in the Great Serpent.
His voice is too loud, so by talking away from me, he's really just sparing my ears.
I pray to the Serpent that we can someday reclaim all that we have lost.
Alright.
Something I can do for you?
Stop looking at your pad. Okay.
May the Great Serpent bless you.
You seemed unhappy I was allowed to become part of House of Varun.
Don't take it personally. We have been through so much these last few weeks. The Council is attempting to claw back some semblance of order from the chaos. Steer things past this somehow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And then Malabor
Maybe it's got like
throws you
acid
into the
spit
middle
like
of
an
all this
alien.
without even consulting us. It's just one more breach of a protocol that barely exists anymore. I am over it, I assure you. It is good to have you with us, and we are finally moving forward.
So the High Council runs the houses under Varun?
No, it's complicated. Jinan Varun himself established the rules. Let me see if I can make it easy for you. The Speaker has supreme authority. He is the voice of the Great Serpent. The houses each handle some function of daily life and are individually run by the Elder of the
Yeah, they're all
House.
rockers.
Each of the houses also appoints a mediary to the High Council to inform and advise the Speaker. It's a separate position from the Elder, with a lesser degree of authority and prestige.
There's no way that's all necessary.
Just so you know, it isn't wise to openly question Jinan Varun's decisions. You don't want to be accused of heresy. Vindicator.
All right. Let's go talk to the scientist dude. Get a few more loading screens.
Do you know the scientists out at Hamadi Station?
No.
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times.
The Great Serpent will deliver us from this.
The Great Serpent will deliver us. How? Frig? I don't know. It is difficult. Where's the shopkeep? There's a mission? What the hell? It's just like crap I don't care about. There's an argument. Why would I care? That's because they eat serpent's poop? Apparently when snakes poop, it's like a vuvuzela.
You have no place in our city.
Okay, my cola. Coca-Cola. Revenue's down once again, yeah.
Were it not for the council, you would be cut down, as you should.
You want to do business or are you just gonna yell at me? Okay, whatever. Find somebody else who wants my credits.
Are you done? Both of you. Will you calm down?
I'll mess you all up.
What? What do you want?
Break it up. Nobody wants to hear this.
That is what I have been saying, but nobody listens to me.
Please accept my apologies. I caught my brother attempting to do something unspeakable, and I could not contain my anger.
Would science want it?
Oh yes, go on. Invite a total stranger into our family squabbles.
This is no squabble, you pompous fool. What you have done today is abhorrent.
Butt stuff?
I can forgive stealing my money or pawning my valuables. What I cannot abide, however, is you attempting to some mother's urn with her remains still within.
I'm just gonna
I have
hand
done
it off to him.
things I am not proud of, but I have never stooped as low as that.
That is awful.
I was drunk. I did not know. All of those vases appeared the same.
It is an urn, not a vase, you ignoramus. And you were the one who chose it when Mother passed away. I am tired of your shamelessness, and I am done bearing what should be your indignity. Do you hear me? I am done. You have gone too far this time, Amila, and I cannot bear the humiliation of being your brother any longer. I challenge you to a duel. Danica shall be my second.
What? Are you mad?
Borhall, are you sure? There
Does
is
he?
already so much death in the city. What good would this do? There has to be another way.
Too late, Danica. He has issued his challenge. I accept. I, in fact, look forward to it. You shall be my second.
How about no? I don't even know what a second is. What is that?
Our job is to make preparations and ensure fairness on both sides. We shall have different duties between the two of us, but our aim is to prepare the site of the duel, weapons, ceremonies, and discourage any ambushes.
What? Why me?
No, why not you? You seem capable and trustworthy.
The true answer is because Amila has no one, family or otherwise, willing to be his second. He has burned every bridge there is to burn. He will have to resort to picking someone off the street regardless, so it may as well be you.
I do not want to wait any longer than necessary. If you agree to this, you will allow us to come to an immediate resolution. I will pay you handsomely for that.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Oh, that will pose a problem. You see, Borhall is a stickler for tradition. Apologies, dear brother, but it seems that your precious duel will have to wait, as I have no second to aid me.
It is true that the duel cannot commence until Amila acquires a second. This delay may be significant, as Amila has no one willing to aid him, including you, I suppose. I assure you, you will be rewarded greatly if you do this, no matter the outcome, so I expect you will change your mind. I ask that you do so quickly. Do you truly have no shame, Amila? No shame at all. What you have done
I'll be
is
right back.
beyond disgrace. It is morbid, disgusting. You should be hanging your head in shame, but instead here you are, acting like a common fool.
Borhall, calm down. Do not do this here.
How shameful of you to have these outbursts. Oh my, what would poor mother and father think?
You will speak not of mother and father, sloughing bastard. No shame. No shame at all. What a waste of good life that they worked tirelessly to give you.
Mother and father spat on the ground I walked on. You were their pride and joy. Oh, good, generous Borhall. Always the paragon, the keeper of our family name.
I am disgusted to call you brother. It would be best for all of us if by some miracle you were to drown in one of those bottles of Koza you are so infatuated with.
Ugh, with a brother like you, is it any wonder I am driven to drink?
Are you done? Both of you. Will you calm down?
You should be addressing the brute here. He is the one making the scene.
I am causing a scene because you tried to sell Mother's urn, with Mother still in it.
I was not thinking. It was a mistake.
That is precisely the sloughing problem, Emil. You are never thinking. You are too much of a drunken fool to think. Apparently you are not even above selling the remains of dear Mother to fund your habit.
It was a mistake. You are going to condemn me for the rest of my life over a mistake?
Perhaps I should. Do you truly have no shame, Emil? No shame at all. What you have done goes beyond disgraceful. It is morbid, disgusting. You should be hanging your head in shame. But instead, here you are, acting like a common fool.
Borhal, calm down. Do not do this here.
How shameful of you to have these outbursts. Oh my, what would poor mother and father think?
You will speak not of mother and father, you sloughing bastard. No shame. No shame at all. What a waste of good life that they worked tirelessly to give you.
Mother and father spat on the ground I walked on. You were their pride and joy. Oh, good, generous Borhal. Always the paragon, the keeper of our family name.
I am disgusted to call you brother.
Have they resolved their differences yet?
It would be best for all of us if by some miracle you were to drown in one of those bottles of Koza you are so infatuated with.
Okay.
Well, look who is back. Change your mind? Borhal will be pleased. He is so very...
I'm actually looking forward to this guy dying. Okay. I'll need someone to show me the ropes, though.
Then it is settled. Outsider, you will work alongside Danica to prepare for the duel. As for you, Amila, enjoy these last few moments. For when we next meet, your shameful life ends.
Do not sound so confident, brother.
Their family home is this way. It is not far. We can discuss the matters there. You will be working with me. As seconds, it is our duty to prepare for the duel and ensure fairness. I am sorry that you have found yourself in this situation. But know that you are doing Amila a great favor. He truly has no one else who would be willing to do this for him.
Mm-hmm.
He has burned every bridge imaginable.
Behave yourself.
It seems that
There's
after
already
years
enough
of
trouble in
suffering
Dasra
Amila's
to go around.
embarrassment, Borhal has reached the boiling point. But still,
I wish I could configure my walk speed to be the same
I pray that we will be able to work towards a
as
peaceful
them.
resolution before it's too late.
I don't want to do that. I want to just have them kill each other.
I got you your favorite from the meat house.
Oh.
Extra fatty, just the way you like.
Extra fatty meat. That's the way I like it.
I see why Anasco spoke to you. You seem a charitable soul.
Yeah, I am super charitable. With my big guns. Kind of a cool place.
Need me for something?
I literally was here to talk to you about the duel.
Are you ready to discuss our roles?
I'm ready to get started.
Very good. Let us begin. Your primary duty as Amila's second is to work with the brothers and see if a peaceful conclusion is possible. Namely, if Amila apologizes to Borhal and he accepts, the duel may not move forward. As for me, I will be procuring the weapons for the duel and the materials for the preceding ceremony.
No,
Borhal, as
Zestrel.
challenger, reserves the right to choose the weapons, and he has chosen blades. Do you have any concerns?
From what I've heard, Amila is a drunkard. Amila doesn't stand a chance against Boral in a duel with blades.
I will note your concern, but know that Borehall has the final say. If that is all, we will break here and see to our duties. Before that, though, I know that this duel is foolish. I am sorry you got pulled into this. I will try and find another peaceful solution to this problem, should you be unsuccessful in convincing them to call it off.
Okay. Wait. Boral has the right to choose the weapon. Does Amila have the right to anything?
Amila has the right to deliver a genuine apology to Borehall and stop this duel before it commences. The odds of him doing so, however, are low. The Odlum brothers, like their ancestors, are stubborn and prideful.
Are duels commonplace in Varun culture?
Duels were quite common 100 years ago, but have become more rare with each passing generation. At this point, the Odlum family is the only one that still takes part in this custom.
So no boats, are there? Let's get going.
Report back to me when you have spoken with the brothers. We will discuss your
Must be nice to
secondary
have the
duty
funding to do that, though. Then again, I guess if you're just walking, maybe it doesn't matter that much. Alright, I guess I'll do this side quest. Wow, look at this place. So swanky and shiny. Just reflections everywhere. He does have a bunch of codes on him. What the hell is he? Anti-personnel experimental thing?
There was never a time when I was old enough to be allowed to drink alcohol here.
And you got away with it?
I did.
Impressive.
Look who it is. I will not waste your time.
How big is my
I
desk?
already know what you have come to ask. You wish to inquire
hang
if there is
on.
any possibility of me apologizing to my brother. The answer is no. The duel shall go forward as planned.
It is one of these. Thank you, Google, for being a piece of crap. You seem eager to die.
Why are you so sure that I will die? I have been in plenty of scraps on the streets, and I am not some sheltered pushover like my brother.
All you have to do is apologize. Why is that so difficult?
He is trying to kill me. Why should I be the one to apologize? Borehall likes to paint me as a ne'er-do-well. But what type of psychopath wants to kill their own brother? It is not fair. He should be the one begging for my forgiveness.
I want to ask you some more personal questions.
Fine. But do try to be brief. I would prefer to be alone so that I may enjoy what could very well be my final moments alive.
What led to this divide between you and your brother?
I do not know. Perhaps him challenging me to a duel has something to do with it.
Why do you refuse to apologize?
Do I have something to apologize for?
As your second, you need to open up to me. You aren't giving me real answers.
Correct. You are my second, not my acquaintance. I do not wish to speak of these things with you.
No, Zestrel. I can tell the smugness is all an act. There's more to you than you're letting on.
Is there? Perhaps you can convince me.
I'm doing you a favor by being your second. The least you can do is open up to me so I know who I'm working with.
Oh, if it will get you to leave me alone, perhaps it is worth it.
Am I really your second if you won't even talk to me?
Why is this so important to you?
God damn it. Please?
If you will stop embarrassing yourself.
Just talk to me for a bit, and then I'll leave you alone.
You are very persistent. Enough, enough. You've broken me down. Go on, ask your questions again.
What led to this divide between you and your brother?
I had a wife once. I'm not going to flatter myself and pretend that I was a good husband, but I loved her. And she loved me. Appreciated me. Faults and all. I never felt like I had to prove anything to her. When I say to you that she was my world, my everything, I am serious. She was. She was perfect. And somehow, she loved something like me. It was like living in a dream every day. Nearly a decade ago, she and I shared a perfect night. In what I had believed would be a lifetime of perfect nights. But when I kissed her cheek in the morning, my lips froze. She was cold. Stone cold after my beloved's death. I made one bad decision after another. To Borhal's credit, he was almost always there for me. He even paid for the funeral expenses. But he could not stop me from taking to the bottle, no matter how hard he tried. Eventually, he gave up on me. My own brother. His love and understanding has been replaced with scolding. I am truly alone.
You can't expect Boral to just blindly put up with everything you do, driven by grief, Koza, or otherwise.
If it were Borhal in my stead, I would forgive him, like a brother is supposed to do. Family is family. We are supposed to be there for each other, no matter what. I would never have deigned to challenge him to a duel. He cares more about respect, the family name, honor, everything, except for me.
Very sorry about your wife.
Thank you. But no amount of condolences will bring her back.
Yet you carry the namesake of a panda. Self-reflection's a good thing, though. Do you really think you can kill Boral?
As in, am I physically capable? Perhaps, if the Great Serpent wills it. Am I mentally capable? I believe so. I have never felt this fury within me before.
Aren't you scared of dying?
Look at me. Really look at me. Do I appear to be someone that has much to live for? If I die, I die. Nothing to be scared of. Except giving Borhal the satisfaction of taking my life.
Be honest. Do you want to die?
I suppose the thought has crossed my mind. Maybe it would be better to be dead. I could be with my wife. Well, if the Great Serpent would let me be with her, we're never the most devout in Dasra. I am not sure that I want to die, but there really is not much to live for, is there? But I am not just going to let Borhal end me. I cannot give him that satisfaction.
That was it. Nothing good will come from this duel. What are you trying to prove?
You cannot just turn your back on family like Borhal has done to me. And now he wants to kill me. If he wins, I hope the guilt of what he has done will rot him from the inside out. And if I win, it is justice.
All right. It seems you've made up your mind.
Yes, yes, I have. I am ready to fight and to die, if that is what the Great Serpent wills. Perhaps Borhal was depending on me being a coward. Perhaps he did not truly believe this duel would go on. Unfortunately for him, I am no coward.
I mean, I drink energy drinks all the time. I'm basically a panda.
We should be celebrating. No one can
We
doubt
lost
the
a
great
lot of good
serpent's
people to the
existence now.
vortex. Bar seems much emptier.
Proceed.
Is that how you survive, Zestral? A little carcophagia?
Amila has shamed us for the... final time.
So both the sons were getting beat up. Mostly abusive parents. Oh yeah. I'll just be glad you're not a koala, I guess. Would you rather be a panda or a koala? An assassin's refined Beowulf.
Expertly done. Let it.
It's actually a pretty spicy weapon. Replace the Kodama with it.
See what was being protected.
Didn't even have a scope. Pretty cool. Alright, so I got some extra information. Can I go back and harass the brother with it?
What? Make it quick, please.
Did he just turn away?
What? Make it quick, please.
Okay. He's just not undone. Not done staring out over the cityscape. Maybe it was difficult. Maybe that bear doesn't lift.
Need help with anything? What is it? I need to prepare.
You should call the duel off. You'll end up regretting it if you don't.
I will do no such thing, and will feel no regrets in avenging Amila's constant dishonors. I have given him every chance, every credit. I have begged him to turn himself around. But instead, it has been endless years of dishonor and pain. Damn him. I should have known years ago that this would be the only way things would end.
What would it take for you to call off the duel?
There is nothing that could lead me to calling it off. An apology from Amila is worthless. He always falls right back into his old ways. There is no apology grand enough to make up for nearly trading your late mother's remains to fund an addiction. That is inconceivable.
Isn't it against the rules for you not to accept an apology from Amila?
It would be, if Amila weren't a habitual liar, deceiver, and cheater. As I said before, an apology from him is less than...
Oh, it's Boral.
He has apologized countless times for a decade, only to continue stabbing me in the back.
If you knew it'd end like this, why didn't you intervene?
Do you think I wanted this to happen? I tried to stop this downward spiral.
I guess? I don't know.
It was like saving someone from drowning, only for them to leap back into the ocean. Amila refuses to be helped.
Maybe he's a fish
He
person.
is determined to take me and the family name down with him.
I want to ask you some more personal questions.
No, you are not my second. I do not see how this is pertinent to your duties.
Maybe your answers to my questions will help me with my job.
Again, I do not see how this is pertinent. You are just wasting our time.
So help me be a better second for Amila.
If that is the case, you have made some valid points. I will answer your questions.
Your parents treated you and Amila horribly. Why do you care about their memories so much?
The family name is all we Adlams have left. My parents were great philanthropists. They built schools, parks, temples, monuments. They were two prime citizens of House Varun.
You're doing suspicious things, Wabu.
Built is gone, and our once great fortune is nearly spent. The money they left us was meant to be used for donations. We were meant to make Dazra a better place. But Amila has sucked the well dry. My parents, maybe they were not good people, but they were good citizens. And Amila trying to sell their remains was just barbaric.
Amila feels that you gave up on him after the loss of his wife.
Grot shit. I was by his side for years afterwards, supporting him. I was saddened by her passing, and I cannot imagine what Amila went through during that time. But how many years am I expected to take care of him? To smack the bottles from his hand, to pay the bail when he was caught stealing. I have done more for him in 10 years than he has ever done for me in our lifetimes.
Press X for doubt, indeed. Especially the kid was looking away. Do you hate your brother?
I do not hate him. I do not love him either. And I can no longer tolerate him. I am sure Amila will spin a tale about his hard life. But the truth is that he has always been a miscreant and a troublemaker.
Is that where the kid kept
But when
turning?
Father moved to strike,
And the Tig
he
was
dove in
stalking
front of
him?
the blows. When Mother would not feed him, who sacrificed their food? It was me. It was always me. How does he repay me? He steals my valuables, slanders my name, and brings dishonor on the family. Any affection I had for my brother is long dead.
What all have you done to support Amila through his hardships?
I have done everything, and he has left me with nothing. He comes begging for money, so I gave it to him. Then he comes begging for my items to pawn, so I sacrifice them. And then he comes screaming to me that I hate him, that I have done nothing to help him. All of this for a decade now. I would lay by his side every night praying that he would not choke on his own vomit. But in the mornings when I would throw away his bottles of koza, he would fight me like a monster. I used to take such pride in giving to the community and in using my privileged position to help the less fortunate in the city. But I can no longer do that, as Amila has taken nearly every cent from me. I have sacrificed my entire purpose for living in the hopes that Amila would get better. And he never does.
Would you be happy if Amila died?
No, Great Serpent, no. I will take no pleasure in his death. However, I may admittedly feel relief. I will mourn the loss of my brother. The brother he used to be, at least. And I will pray that his restless soul finds comfort with the Great Serpent.
In your mind, what caused this rift between you two?
The Koza ruined him. Once he began living at the bottom of a bottle, everything changed. I am just exhausted.
Yeah, Zistradal.
It is exhausting.
Starfield would be better if it was developed by Bethesda.
For all of his problems, while always being expected to forgive and help him when he demands.
You mentioned Koza. What is that?
An alcohol made from goat milk. Amila is absolutely dependent on it, and his wife was too. The damn stuff rots your brain, I swear. He has always been a troublemaker, but once the Koza took over, he went from bad to worse. Now he is just an addict and a thief. I will be putting him out of his misery.
What was your relationship with Amila like before his addiction?
We were never the closest of brothers, as our personalities are just so different. But we were close enough. He was a free spirit, which irked my parents. Honestly, I respected him a lot. He was unbreakable, even though the world was not always kind to him. He was funny, kind, and he always was trying to cheer me up, even if I had nothing to be sad about. The Amila you know now is not my brother. My brother may as well have died years ago. The Amila walking around today is nothing like what he used to be.
That was all. Do you think Amila has a chance of beating you?
Not at all. I have served my time in the military. Amila's condition made him unfit for service. He may put up a good fight, but I will surely be the victor.
One way or another, you won't have to worry about him soon.
Right. I take no pleasure in this. But after today, what he did, he needs to be dealt with. If that is all, you may take your leave.
Okay. Gonna find you. Gonna get you, get you,
Much
get
to do. How did you fare?
Neither agreed to call off the duel.
While disappointing, I am not surprised. Those brothers are stubborn as groats. But you may still have a chance to halt any bloodshed. Listen to me very carefully. Your final duty as a second is to prepare the ceremonial drinks that the duelists will imbibe prior to the duel. As you are preparing the drinks, you will treat each cup with this tranquilizer. Borhall and Amila will be too weak to fight after drinking this. This duel is idiotic, we both know it. It is a needless loss of life during a crisis where there is already so much death.
Go to bed, Zestrel. This is not a game worth staying up for.
You have one final chance to
See you
stop
around.
this.
You are placing both of their lives into our hands. This responsibility is not fair.
What is unfair about saving 2 lives?
Are you sure the tranquilizer is safe to use?
Theoretically, this should be safe.
What if I dose just one of the cups?
That would be tantamount to murder.
Why do I have to do this?
Tradition decrees that the second of the challenged prepares the ceremonial drinks. I, as the challenger's second, will lead the duelist in a final prayer.
You need a pack of and drive?
We must
Holy
follow
crap.
tradition closely so as to not arouse suspicion.
I'll enjoy the trip.
If Borhall is wary of us, he will remove us as second and simply hire others. And the bloodshed will move forward unchallenged.
But don't I only get paid if one of them dies?
Unbelievable. You would prefer to line your pockets instead of halting bloodshed? Never mind that. I will ensure you receive some form of compensation. I will see what I can do.
Leave it to me.
Very good. Report to me when you are finished. May the great serpent aid us.
This is mentally handicapped. Can I go and actually talk to the dude again? I've got so much more context now. This quest seems kind of bugged though. Blah, blah, blah.
He is trying to... Borhall likes to pay. It is not fair. Make it quick, please.
Alright, whatever. I'm letting them die. Or whatever's gonna happen. Should I not tranquilize it? Should I just let it go down? Let's tranquilize both. We'll be nicely set up to see how this disaster is gonna go down. It's definitely not gonna be this clean. Or at least I hope not. Alright, we're done.
Is everything ready?
It is. Everything's ready, but are you sure about this?
I am sure. If everything is ready, then it is time to move forward. The time has come. Amila, are you sufficiently prepared?
I am ready.
It is time. Nothing we can do now but observe and hope for the best.
Well, I was not given the time or the chance to do anything about it because the quest seems screwed up, but whatever. Hello, Zuko. How many people did you scam today? I will ascend and watch from on high. Only one lady? Oh, you're still there? Perfect.
To your health, brother. And may the great serpent have mercy on your soul, Amila.
Rest in peace, idiots.
What is this? What have you done to me, Amila?
I am affected as well, dear brother. I did not do this. I can hardly see you in front of me.
Perfect.
What the hell is this? What did you do? What is this? Sabotage?
This duel was an asinine idea, Borhal. We put a stop to it. There is no use for needless bloodshed at times like these. We must come together, not kill one another.
You traitoress. You betray me. And then you lecture me.
Oh, enough of your grousing, Borhal. Your precious duel can wait. Or are you truly so determined to kill me?
Enough of your taunting. This is not over.
I am counting on that.
Remove yourselves. We must rest. But know that you have only delayed the...
I'm okay with this. Talk to me now. Yeah, I always feel better after a good poop. Yeah, except it's more like menu field.
Thank the Great Serpent. You did it. The tranquilizer worked and you saved them both. Thank you for trusting me.
That wasn't the happy ending I was expecting.
Nonsense. You've made the right choice. Their egos are bruised, but deep down they are both relieved. Come what may, we have narrowly avoided a bloodbath today. If they are stupid enough to try again, we will find another way to stop it. But I doubt that day will come.
If you say so. I'm not so sure that this is the end.
Some of Amila's pessimism seems to have rubbed off on you. I want to thank you. You trusted me, and because of you, the brothers, my friends, are both alive. They are imbeciles, but better people than they seem. I am grateful for you. Please take this. It is admittedly not much compared to what you would have received if one of them had perished, but can you truly put a price on a human life?
You can.
You are free to go. May the Great Serpent be with you, always.
4,000 credits. That's basically nothing. My God. Ugh. What's even the point? Okay. Let's get out of here. No, that's like chump change.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well, look who it is.
Uh,
You have made quite a stir. And given the state of things, that is a singular accomplishment. To what do I owe the honor, Vindicator?
Malibor says work on the morning device must proceed.
Did he now? How magnanimous. But approval is approval, and I will gladly take it. I will spare you much of the technical detail, as I confess that pieces of it I barely understand myself. One cannot help but notice the energy field around the Scaled Citadel. Until we can get through it, we cannot shut down the experiment inside, and it has proved quite impossible to get through. We had the beginnings of a plan to build a makeshift contraption to redirect grav drive energy to see if we could penetrate the barrier, but the project came to a halt. Politics got in the way. Every one of the houses needs to contribute, and everyone realized they could potentially use it for leverage. What should have been a cooperative effort turned contentious. Easy decisions became negotiations. And so, construction never began. We have sat here, staring at this disaster as supplies pile up for well over a week now. Serpent help us, it is infuriating.
I've been here 10 minutes and the council's already annoying.
I don't disagree, but allow me to impart some advice. Most would consider that disloyal, possibly even heresy. Keep that kind of talk to yourself. I believe I've done enough complaining for now. Time to get to work. If you're here, the council has likely sent word to the houses that it's time to stop the infighting. I doubt it will be enough. I need to oversee construction here, make sure things are built to specifications.
Is it because he's
If
bald?
you could follow up with the houses, that may speed up the process.
I'll get right on it.
I appreciate that someone around here is
No, you're
eager
not.
to get to work. House Fetal owes us access codes for the city power grid. It's the only way to guarantee enough power to activate the device. House Kadik was supposed to provide a young
Like a
scientist
Highlander
named
thing?
Sahima to help me. She had at least some experience with the original Citadel experiment. No idea why they refused to send her. And Hasmek, the new elder of House Dulkef, he has been distant, guarded. He claims to have vital information about an important component of the experiment, but has withheld it until now. Help me get what we need, and we will see what we can do for the Speaker, and for House Varun.
Oh, username.
And I may have something that can help you in whatever trials the Serpent puts before you as we navigate this. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has
He
happened
gave
over
me
the last few
3
weeks,
times the
but
money
I
as the
have
other person.
spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Fascinating isn't the word I would use to describe it.
I know. I have lost friends and colleagues myself. We have encountered several interesting phenomena. First, while the phantoms shift to a fully human form when killed, they often retain small shards that appear to be an almost crystallized version of vortex energy. Second, we have learned that killing the phantoms sometimes causes an even greater disturbance. Horrors, as they have been colloquially termed, can appear from somewhere. We are unsure of their origin, but it is not within our universe. These horrors and their spawn are infested with cysts, a seemingly organic manifestation of vortex energy. We have managed to collect enough to run experiments and have devised a method of combining them into an explosive mixture with varying properties. While they have no use in the development of the morning device, if you find yourself out in the field, I believe they could have more practical applications.
Unproven technology against enemies from outside our universe? Sounds like a great plan.
I do hope you are not questioning the thoroughness of my research. I assure you, they will work. The process is simple enough that any industrial workstation should suffice, if you have the materials. And, depending on how you combine said materials, you may find the results to be somewhat variable. I hope you can use that to your advantage.
I can now craft things. Alright. What do you know about the experiment in the Citadel?
Not enough to have prevented it from happening. If I had any idea it was going to turn out like this... It had been Inasco's primary goal for some time. A way to recreate Jinan Varun's encounter
Just take
with
drugs.
the Great Serpent. Everything we knew about grav drive technology, every scientific advancement we'd made in the last 100 years was poured into it. Towards the end, I was just so exhausted. I asked for a brief time off. Had I not, I would be trapped in there with the rest of the science team.
Perhaps the Great Serpent had other plans for you.
Yes, I am sure that is how some would see it. I left the project weeks before the disaster, and at that point, we were nowhere near ready. Some breakthroughs were made shortly thereafter, and they ran the experiment. And here we are.
How have things been affected by the disaster?
Just look around. I'm sure you have at least some idea of how much we have physically lost. A huge portion of the city is just gone. And those left behind are struggling. Supplies are limited. There is so much work to be done, and we are all just so tired. I hope that eventually we can return things to the way they were, but we must be realistic. That will take time, and I suspect a great deal of it.
If you got something that can help me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, depending on how much trouble you're getting into. We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were some less disastrous way we could have discovered all this.
Alright. I think it's time for... yeah, the memorial. How long is it going to take me to jump there?
Is the city meant to inspire or intimidate? Perhaps it depends on your reason for being here.
Yeah, why not both? And all this teleporting. Ah! What a loser. Okay. What am I doing here? No, just sit tight.
Chat for a bit? Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals, but, well...
Yeah, let's chat.
You don't believe in the afterlife, do you? I mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but...
There's something after this life, yes.
It's comforting, isn't it? You haven't really lost someone. You're just waiting to see them again. And you don't even need proof. You just need to believe it. Well, I've taken up enough of your time.
Yeah, how dare you? It's like half a minute.
I don't believe we've met. Ajay Mamasa,
Oh.
former chair of Constellation. I wish the circumstances of my visit...
Do you like
were better.
mimosas? Thank you for coming.
Unfortunately, this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it. Sarah meant the world to me. She was the future. I knew it as soon as I met her.
What was Sarah like back then?
Exactly the same as when you met her, I bet. Determined. Fearless. With just a small hint of delight on her face when she knew she was winning, eh? My only problem as a mentor was trying to convince her to be more tactful. Those old military instincts would always get her in trouble.
Were you and Sarah close?
Yes. She could make me so angry, or so happy, We used to joke that we were married. I bet relationships in Constellation are still messy, aren't they? They're more of a family than an organization. All the former lines bleed together. It makes the losses sting harder. But I hope it means the time you had together was all the more important. That's how I like to think of it anyway.
What am I supposed to do here?
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
I could have done more to help, you know.
No, it's fine. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
Okay. Finally!
I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participant?
This is the disturber of the piece.
For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial, divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind. But what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny white caps on a massive surging sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
Perfect.
That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything?
Do I ever? Get out of my way. Thank you all for coming. Sarah knew the dangers we faced better than anyone. If she was here, she would tell us to keep going, to never stop. And I'll do everything I can to honor her memory.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something.
I'm mute, yeah. Ah, Stroud, get out of here. I just want to drink at the bar.
I don't often speak about what it seems redundant how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend is gone. There's no afterlife or second meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect end. So it's up to us. We are what lives on. Pain, loss inspires us to greater action, and that is the good that comes. Humanity is what truly creates our world. We are the ones that judge things to be good or evil, joyful or mournful. Let us take responsibility for it. Let us remember what we have lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that.
Yes, well, I like to keep some things private.
Great. We're done yet? Ugh.
You all might not like thinking about this, but when we die, everything about us breaks down, decomposes, gets eaten up by insects and microbes. Or due to the lack of a biosphere, we are simply carried away by space and time until we sizzle in a distant sun's corona or get pulled in some gravitational field and coalesce with other debris. Not comforting, huh? But I disagree. Do you know what I find uncomfortable? The thought that after I die, the universe is just going to stand still forever. Could you imagine? The fact is that the universe goes on, that life goes on, that things do not just sit still. That right there is the comfort that I need. Yeah, we die, and some people go way before they should. But the universe doesn't care, not because it's evil, but because it's infinite, ever expanding. And who wouldn't want to be a part of infinity, even if it's just for a short while? Listen. We don't worry about ourselves before we were born, do we? Of course not. We emerge from the universe as we return to it. And for one beautiful moment, we are here, together.
Yes, that certainly was an interesting perspective, Barrett.
Is anybody else going to speak? Are we good? I think we're free. Free from story purgatory. Leave when you're ready. Okay. Who else do I need to speak to? No, okay. It's probably Vlad and whatever else.
I just need a little time to...
How are you doing, Vasco? Can't talk to you?
I
Okay.
am told
Oh, my
these
God.
types of gatherings are a sad occasion. That assumption appears to be correct.
Do you... I mean, can you feel emotion?
No, I don't. I'm programmed to analyze sensory and biometric data, so I can cross-reference. But I do not feel, as you seem to imply.
Alright. What is life? What is love?
Hi.
Hi. Are you okay, Cora?
No. And don't keep asking. I'm not gonna be, alright? Everything's worse now.
So, look, I'm literally the last person who should be talking to a kid about death, but here I am.
Is talking supposed to make us all feel better? Is that why we're all here?
No, but if we drift apart now, we won't be able to help each other.
What's the point? It's not going to change anything.
No, there's no changing what happened, but we have to keep living.
Every day is going to be worse now. Don't you get that? I want to be alone for a while, okay?
Well, at least she's not going to nag me anymore, so there's that.
Is it quieter in the lodge, or is it just me?
You're brooding again, Sam. Although, right time, right place.
I guess it's good to be in fashion. You know, there's an old Aquila story. About 2 pioneers who got lost trying to find a new frontier to settle. One of them takes ill. Clear he's not gonna make it, he turns to his partner and says, "Don't bury me. Let the ground take what it's due. I'd rather be a ghost chasing after you than walk through the pearly gates knowing an eternity of loneliness until you get there." Sad story, huh?
Yeah. Sad story, Sam.
You look after yourself.
Drink? Pour one out to the blackest sea?
Pour one out for me, Vlad.
Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond.
To the future and the end.
Aye.
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
You're in mourning too, Andrea. In your own way.
I have seen death. I have lost people I considered close. But this is... It is not the same. I cannot explain why. I am not sure I am making sense.
You're making perfect sense, Andrea. There's no right way to feel.
Thank you.
Perfect. Have I talked with literally everybody yet? I think I have.
When you have time.
Hey, Sarah. It's me. We'll see each other again. I promise. Goodbye. My God.
You know, what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me. No matter how many times I do this, I feel less attached, not more.
I think I know what you mean.
Well, look at us. Two lone wolves howling at the moon on the same night.
Oh!
You know, if there's one piece of advice I can actually give you, it's that lost loved ones have a way of coming back to you. One day you'll be sweeping out some old shelf or digging through a desk, and there it'll be. Some old paperweight of theirs. Or a piece of jewelry they gave you. Half jokingly. Theoretically, of course.
So the great scientist does feel grief after all.
Maybe I like knowing no matter how far I run to the edges of space, someone is going to find their way back to me.
It almost feels wrong to be grieving.
Dusty.
Selfish.
Dusty.
No amount of tears will bring the dead back.
What? You're right, you know. Part of this feels pointless.
I suppose someone could accuse us of mourning by way of guilt or forced apathy, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Sarah would be proud of you, you know?
Yeah, I know. She said that to me like 1,000 times.
Why is she so much quieter than everybody else?
I feel so alone. With Sarah, it was like starting a family again. The way she'd smile at me reminded me of my mom. I missed that so much. Now she's gone. And I have to start over.
Wow, I'm chopped liver.
Like I did before.
You're not alone. You know the rest of Constellation.
It's not the same. Sarah was starting to feel like... Well, like she was my new mom. I really don't want to go through this again. It's too hard. I can't believe Sarah's gone. It's not fair.
swear that as long as I'm around, you'll never be alone.
Really? You mean it? I would...
But I'm definitely jumping to the next universe as soon as possible.
Hey, thanks for talking to me. I'm actually feeling a little better knowing that you care how I feel. Maybe I'm not so alone after all.
For now. All right. Anybody else to chat with? Oh my god.
I am told these types
Yeah.
of gatherings are...
That's right, Vasco.
I appreciate you verifying my... If you would like, though,
Sure. Console away.
it will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
I've never wanted to cry more than this moment.
I will note that feedback for later.
Oh god.
This is harder than I expected.
Okay, I've talked to everybody. Nobody cares. I think we get out of here. Sick. Where's Alejandra? Whatever her name is. Okay. Buttered sausage. Are you hallucinating? Where the heck did she go? God. Andrea. Getting drunk today? America's freaking you out? What, you don't like military parades by a despot?
Our sins must have been considerable. Great suffering to subject us to this.
Oh, that part, yeah. The love of guns. There's a certain set of consequences associated with it. So where the heck is this chick? She's supposed to be where I am right now. Go back to the main menu. It's interesting to watch the consequences of a system that has long stopped representing its constituents. Now, Canada isn't any better. For sure. It's quite the adventure. I think at the very least, as a historical case study, there's a lot to learn. Yeah. When are the midterms anyway? It's true. Education and health and shooting for number one and the things that matter has been replaced with a form of firearm-based faith.
Hello. I heard you're a member of the UC Vanguard. They're so...
It's been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen.
Talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
It sucks, right? Like, on an individual basis, you don't have a ton of power, but as a group you do, but you get bound by the realities of, you know, trying to find a form of betterment for your own life. Yeah, I feel like when you're represented by the wealthy, and such a small segment of the population is wealthy, you're going to end up in these scenarios where somebody is going to take matters into their own hands.
Was there more?
I'm here for you if you need someone to listen.
Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
I think this is a product of globalization, kind of indirectly. And I don't mean globalization in terms of our connections with countries and whatever else, but in terms of the reach that a grassroots politician requires in order to get enough mind share to be elected. The system fundamentally requires massive amounts of resources. And that inevitably means that you either need a patron of some variety, which requires some sort of exchange, or you need to have the money in the first place. And inevitably people vote for a raise for themselves. It's like their first motion when they get in there, because we're all looking up.
Have you gone quiet?
We want to get more stuff, regardless of how altruistic your original goals are. The real problem is who watches the watchers. And I think it's telling when the people don't even understand how their political system works. Like, from an American system perspective, at least as an outsider, I find it wild that people don't exert more influence on Congress. Because the reality is that the president does not have that much power in general. Sure, he's the leader of the executive, but Congress can override all of this. Like, Congress is the real fundamental issue here. But people vote emotionally. Like, I remember somebody I was an acquaintance with, she voted purely based on the amount of money she got for her disabled son. So the reality is, in order to get elected, you can't lean on common sense and logic and try to outline a plan that is for the greater good for everybody in the long term. You have to lean on those small emotional pieces and just be very swept up on those team sports.
Awaiting the Great Serpent's return.
And inevitably, that reality attracts a certain type of individual. I mean, in theory, yeah, you're a constitutional republic. But like any unmonitored, unregulated system, it inevitably results in a monopoly. So you end up with the two-party system. Canada's not much better. Like, it makes me wonder what would happen if that whole process was rethought and the distribution of power was forced to be more spread out. I guess in reality, you just end up with shadow parties that are really just the other party, but different in name, but I don't know.
Are we still conversing, or are we done?
Yeah, it's a difficult problem to solve because it's fundamentally built by humans, and we really only want to enrich ourselves. You know, I'm mostly motivated by money. Like, anybody who says otherwise is crazy. And while there are some lines that I'm not really willing to cross, everybody has a price. I don't know. It's easy to point out the issues, but it's not easy to point out solutions. Sure, but I mean, you have a certain baseline of existence that you're cool with, right?
Was there more?
There was a time when I wasn't promised, and I'm not so bad. We're around, for sure.
Yes, I have found that to be true. It was, and is, still a surprise. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter. For they are lost. Their fate is fixed.
Power does not corrupt.
And grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
When you give somebody power, you give them the option to reveal what really matters to them most. So when you put someone in a position where they believe they're untouchable, where they have the support of others, you see what really makes them tick. It's never easy losing a friend.
It's not something I have much experience with. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo. And zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
I think a lot of the problem is that the salaries for public servants, or public servants, quotes, are way too high. Like, why does a minister in Canada make $310,000 a year and they get a pension afterwards? $300,000 a year puts you in the top, like, 2%. You're worried that they blame you for leaving them.
No, maybe. I don't know. It all happened so fast, and I've had so much time since then to replay it in my head. Wonder if I should have done things differently. In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
Yeah, eventually the system builds up. And then it breaks. You know, Greece already went down that path. Like, for my part, I'm trying to build something where I'm not dependent on the government at all, outside of the fact that my currency, I guess, is attached to their policies. But I have zero faith that by the time I get to retirement, that anything I put into the system for old age pension stuff will be there. I would do anything for you, Andrea.
Thank you. That is... I'm sorry. I am not used to someone being so considerate on my behalf. I am not sure where they might be
I feel
now,
like
but
political
I
salaries
believe we should begin the search
should be built on like a statistical model relative to the people they represent. Like, why are politician salaries not tied
What can I do for
to the well-being of the people they supposedly serve? So the average Canadian, I think, makes like $36,000 right now. Okay, $62,000. Let's go do this divided loyalty thing. I'm gonna leave Shattered Space behind for at least a minute. Of course it is, Wabu. It's not their problem, it's somebody else's problem.
with the native wildlife being what it is.
Much like that anecdote I mentioned earlier, you don't get elected based on the sanity of your plan. You get elected based on the promises you make. And everybody's cool with that, as long as it's paid by somebody else. And in a lot of cases, paid by somebody else in this means borrowed from the future.
To track down. Trying to catch up with you took me through 5 systems and more contraband scans than I tend to care for. Anyway, this slate is for you. I was instructed to hand deliver. No drop-offs, no relays.
Who sent the slate?
I wasn't told. Standard operating procedure. The less a courier knows, the less chance we get accused of data breaches. But what I do know is whoever sent this didn't want it in the wrong hands.
Somebody else's problem. Thanks to the slate.
You're welcome. Whatever's on there, someone paid top credits to make sure it got to you and no one else. Well, that's my job done. You have a good day now.
Thanks, I guess. What's this crap?
Hey, got something I want to talk about, but figured it's probably best we discuss it in person. It's about, you know, our overbearing friends. Meet me at Stardock as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting. Your bestest pal, Torin.
I mean, you can only squeeze so much money out of
I
this
actually met a guy who
stone,
finished
right?
1 mile. He lost an eye in the process, but he did walk away with a pile of credits. And I mean, you got 2 eyes.
No, it's understandable, Benji.
Take a look around. I want to do your business quick. Take a gander.
There's definitely no good that is coming out of all this nonsense. Sure, I don't care. Let's go find another vendor. Actually, wait, can I buy stuff from this guy that actually matters? What do you got, man?
Here. Rusty.
I want more ammo. So I've got wait, did I sell something by accident? I did, didn't I? Ugh. I'm back. Ugh. Ah. Whatever. I didn't sell the weapon I actually care about, so that's fine, I guess. Got distracted by all this stupid talk. 777, 11 millimeter. 5. All right. No, I don't want to sell that either. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Man, I bought a lot of ammo. This guy's suddenly flush with money. Oh, yeah, I want to get more tungsten and more titanium too. That'd be nice. Alright, let's get some digipicks. And we got some tungsten. That's cool. I don't need sealant. I've got enough. I could get more zero wire, I guess. Yeah, here it's basically permanent if you get hired at a certain level of government. It's baby oil. It's not lube. My
If
God.
you're looking for a weapon, I've got you covered. You see him.
Get your details straight, yo. Oil is oil? Tell that to your car. Wait, I still have the weapon. Why doesn't it? Oh, it's because it's stolen. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Ah, I'm so used to not being a thief. Then all of a sudden, when I am a thief, life is confusing. Yeah, what do we got? $20 is $20, am I right? Where the hell is Aggies? Oh, Taxing's all excited.
Found a tooth.
What?
Howdy.
He is not here. I am disappointed, but relieved somehow.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth on a green bill.
That sure as hell ain't my tooth.
That's not surprising. You've built this up in your head.
Yeah.
Yes, but now I feel guilty for being relieved. Ugh. Why must this all be so complicated?
I know!
Someone here must know more. We should inquire about him.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, Aggies. I have spent far too much time here. I do not recommend it.
I'm looking for Aaron Bascom.
You ain't here looking for Erin. She is.
Hello, Aggie. I was unsure whether you would remember me. It has been a long time.
I ain't likely to forget you anytime soon.
Is there a problem?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one blundering in here with her in tow, asking questions.
Okay, fine. We're looking for Aaron.
I heard you, ain't deaf. She didn't ruin Aaron's life enough the first time, huh? Back for more?
Ruined his life? How dare you?
Did she tell you what she did to him? How she left him bleeding on some godforsaken rock in the middle of nowhere?
We're trying to make up for things.
Ha, forgive me if I don't take you at your word. Aaron sat in that corner for years, scared of his own shadow, convinced the damn zealots were coming back to finish the job. The few credits he had to rub together that didn't get spent on
Man, all Bethesda games are visual
setting himself
novels.
up someplace where they couldn't find him. Wouldn't trust anyone that walked through the door. Only ever talked to me when he was drunk enough.
I'm sorry. No one deserves to live like that.
Look, I've seen all kinds of sad sacks over the years. Most of them brought it on themselves. He was no different. Got himself in over his head, mixed up in something he shouldn't have been. Still, Not pretty to watch the slide down afterwards. Aaron ain't been in here for almost a year now. Showed up one day saying he'd gone and got himself set up on Hyla too, thanking me for letting him stay here so often. It was the closest I'd seen him to happy in I don't know how long. And that was it. Never came through the door again.
Did he ever mention me?
You mean, did he blame you? That's what you want to know. I know guilt when I see it. Don't try and deny it.
Fine. Did he blame me?
No. Believed you were one of the good ones, right up until the last time I talked to him. Me? I don't think your kind has good ones.
My kind?
I know what you are. You take your holier-than-thou bullshit and your great serpent and shove them.
You dare insult me like this when I have come to you asking for help. I should kill you where you stand.
Whoa, settle down. Let's just calm down. We're not here to hurt anyone.
Fine. Fine. Let us
You don't
leave
like
this
the Michael
place.
Bay cuts?
Well, this has been so much fun. You see Aaron, you tell him I got a bottle of his favorite stashed away if he ever shows up again. But honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't.
I wish I had thought to check on Aaron sooner. We have something to go on at least. I am grateful that you showed some compassion, despite that woman's attitude. I do not have your patience.
It just seemed like the right thing to say.
You are more diplomatic than I would be. One more reason I am glad to have you with me. I'm eager to reach
The
Hyla
Snyder's cut.
and speak to Aaron.
Man, my problem
Perhaps there's
with
something
that
we can
whole
do to
movie
help him. Provide him a
was
sense
it
of
felt
safety.
like it was written by a 13-year-old for 13-year-olds.
Some other time then.
The Snyder's cut of Injustice or whatever. It was like 4.5 hours.
And we shall be on our way.
I mean, it was fine.
We should be on our guard.
I'm just never gonna watch it
If
again.
we could detect the camp from orbit, it means others could too.
Man, the whole like
idea
Flash versus Superman thing at the end was so
When
painful.
we arrive, would you let me speak to him first? I think that is important right now.
The movie was like, let's wait for Superman. Everybody else is useless. Like, okay. I mean, I guess in theory in the DC universe, Superman's basically the strongest person ever. Short of some of the gods, but my god. Kind of painful. Didn't realize I was so intimidating. I'll take it as a compliment.
That is not exactly what I meant. If Aaron really did come here to escape, well, everyone, I would not expect mine to be seen as a friendly face. But it is at least one he will surely remember. Let us proceed slowly and carefully. I do not want to antagonize him.
Like, if it was that simple for the Kryptonians to become demigods, why didn't anybody else do it? Like, Kal-El's father was like, oh, he's gonna be like a god when he goes to Earth or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. It's okay, taxing. Whatever happens between consenting adults. I don't know. The whole movie was too cringy for me. I don't mind the whole like MacGuffin hero shows up out of nowhere thing and saves the day. That's okay. I'm fine with it, but it was just hammered on too much. You haven't seen it? Okay, so basically the entire movie's premised on the idea that there's these 3 creation boxes, okay? And they're like pseudo sentient or whatever, but their whole goal is to come together so that they can control all life or some crap like that. I don't remember exactly what the intent was. And there's this guy named Darkseid who is trying to find the anti-life formula, and he runs around taking over all these planets to find this formula. Anyway, these 3 boxes, he takes them with him, and they end up on Earth. Yeah, the anti-life equation or formula is one of the 2. Anyway, so they take these 3 boxes with them, blah blah blah, and they go on Earth. And this is the age of heroes. So basically, you got the Amazonians, you've got the Asgard. They show up for whatever reason, and I guess humans aren't giant pussies at the time for whatever reason. And there's a bunch of other superhero types, and they all band together and end up fighting off Darkseid's envoy. What the hell's his name? He's got some stupid name. Oh yeah, the Lanterns. That was his name. The guy with the horns. Wolf something. No, not Darkseid. It wasn't like Beowulf or something. He had some dumb name. Anyway, basically all these groups come together, overwhelm the invading forces, and they're the only group to have ever done it, and they get the mother boxes afterwards, the 3 of them. So all these groups, the Atlanteans, the Amazons, and some Steppenwolf, thank you, and the other group or whatever, all agree that they're going to take the 3 boxes and they're going to stash them somewhere on Earth, separated from each other, because nobody can ever get them, blah blah blah. Big evil bad boxes. So for thousands of years, the boxes stay mostly hidden. The Atlanteans continue to do their job, the Amazonians do too, but the other box, the one controlled by humans or whatever, ends up being a science experiment. Oh, okay, whatever. I can't remember the exact details. It's been a while, so feel free to correct me as I go along. So, Superman versus, what's his name? My God, why can't I remember his name? No, not Batman, before that. Oh, I guess that did happen in Superman versus Batman. Yeah, there's anti-Superman, the guy who was created by Lex Luthor using the data from the Kryptonian ship because he's concerned that Superman might become a giant dick. Yeah, so he creates Doomsday, who is a giant dick, to kill Superman. So Doomsday manages to kill Superman at the same time as Superman kills Doomsday. In that moment, as Superman screams and basically declares that he's dead, the mother boxes hear this and they're like, oh, I guess it's safe to come out now. So they activate and they call the Steppenwolf and his happy party. So they show up. So Steppenwolf and his army of people who can smell the mother boxes or whatever basically go between each of the different groups that are now separate from each other and unwilling to team up and take the boxes. So they beat the crap out of the Amazonians, they beat the crap out of the Atlanteans, and they try to get the final box, and they end up doing so. And basically Batman and Wonder Woman and the Flash and Cyborg and all these other people, they're unable to beat up Steppenwolf because they're too weak or whatever. So they concoct this plan that they need to resurrect Superman, and Batman reluctantly is like, this is the only way we can do things or whatever. So their plan to resurrect Superman is to move him back to the Kryptonian ship and use one of the mother boxes to bring him back, because the mother boxes, they can take away life, thus they can give life. That's the whole logic behind it. So they do it. The problem is when they do this, Kal-El is super confused and doesn't have his memories or whatever, and he's super pissy. So he basically beats the crap out of all of them. It's basically just a big masturbation fest over how Superman is the strongest guy ever. There's admittedly some kind of cool scenes or whatever between him and the Flash and whatever else. So fortunately though, Lois Lane shows up and he gets this small flash of his past, I guess, coming back. And so he picks up Lois and they fly off. And then the rest of the movie is literally just everybody else trying to delay Steppenwolf long enough for Superman to get his crap together and show up. It's literally like 3 hours of resurrect Superman and wait for him to show up. So anyway, there's this big fat battle and it looks like everything's going to end, yada yada. And then Superman shows up at the last moment or whatever, kicks the crap out of Steppenwolf, and then separates the mother boxes before they can open up the portal to Darkseid or whatever. Now, there's a lot of character buildup and a lot of reasonable things outside of that whole Superman storyline that are actually pretty okay. But it's overshadowed by the cringe factor of, oh my god, we gotta get Superman alive and back. He's the best guy ever. We can do nothing. Yeah, it's super flashy. Like, if you just go into it wanting to watch a comic book movie, you will not be disappointed. Like, in that lens, it's totally fine. In fact, it's probably one of the better ones that DC has ever released. There's nothing even close. Because DC is mostly really bad at making movies outside of that one brief glimmer of light they had with Batman. I unironically like the animated Mortal Kombat stuff, but I digress. So yeah, the entire movie is just wait for Superman, and that was the biggest disappointment of the whole thing. Yeah, I guess the Constantine stuff is technically what happened in the Flash movie? The Flash movie was a time travel movie, so it's immediately retarded. Taxing Dead lost his throne to Wabu. Oh, the clip throne. I was just about to say, nobody's touched the special redemption in some time.
I thought I saw something.
Basically, in the Flash movie, Flash went back in time to correct the injustice against his father being blamed for killing his wife. And he inevitably ends up creating this scenario where he ends up screwing up the future. And in the end, he manages to mostly fix things, but it's not quite the same.
I thought there would be a chance to speak to him. To make amends. Or at least to hear him curse me for leaving him. I was prepared to accept that. I did not think I would find him like this. At least these vermin didn't get him. He's been gone for...
Yeah, so the Injustice storyline is all about Superman losing his mind after the Joker kills Lois Lane. And then he ends up being as overpowered as he is, suppressing all the other people and, you know, being a giant despot. Which is actually kind of an interesting storyline, just in general.
You found something. Please, let me see it. I should have guessed. Jada was always the one to run towards trouble. Of course she would still be doing it now. In her own way.
She must be pretty determined.
She has been for as long as I have known her. Jada was younger than some of the other smugglers we contracted. There was concern she would be unreliable. As time went on, we called on her more and more often, eventually relying on her almost exclusively. She was sharp, a skilled pilot, and very,
The Flash
very
movies are pretty mediocre.
Always talking
Especially
about
when you take it through the lens
plans
of
for retirement.
Ezra's
She
real
lived
life
like a queen.
issues.
I am not surprised that she would desire revenge. But to go this far, we need to find her. But before we go, I've discovered something else. And I do not know what to make of it. Aaron was composing a reply to Jada, but never sent it. It reads as if he was expecting the Zealots to find him. That they knew where to look for him.
Time travel movies rarely work out. I did kind of appreciate the weird CG Nicolas Cage Superman though. But he built this place to hide from them.
And yet we found them here searching for him. How did they know? What bothers me though is that he mentions a name he should not know. Tomisar Kadik.
Kadik. Well, that's certainly a name I don't know.
Nor should you. For all of my assignments in the settled systems, Tomisar has been my link to House Baroon.
The CG
From
was
him,
pretty funny.
I have received my orders, and he is the person to whom I have reported my success. He does not work with anyone outside House Baroon, and I am the only one who knows how and where
You've been
to
betrayed,
find him.
Andrea.
Aaron should never have heard of him.
Sounds like someone hasn't been telling you everything.
Perhaps. He could have reached out directly, but that would be a surprising breach
It was
of
so
protocol.
cartoony.
We must first make sure that Jada is safe. And perhaps she will be able to shed light on this. Let us head for the den.
Seems to be where we left it.
Yeah, it was like somebody just phoned it in. So much blur and just random crap to try to hide it. I don't know. I still haven't watched the new Captain America. I made the mistake of watching Craven. Instead of watching an episode of Andor, I watched Craven. How about them apples?
I understand this station was once quite the luxurious place
Haven't
for
seen you
UC
around here
military
before.
commanders.
Welcome to the den.
Based on what I see,
Reina
I
Marquez.
find that very
I head up the
comforting.
Vanguard station here. Good to see another Vanguard pilot. You assigned here or just passing through?
I'm just looking or taking a look around.
Right. Okay. Good. Was afraid I'd gotten another transfer without any warning. Nothing against you personally.
Yeah, Craven was a
I just
questionable
like to know
thing.
who I'm responsible for before they show up on my doorstep. You need anything? Say the word.
Almost
We're
from the
short on
beginning,
luxuries
Suko.
here. But for a fellow Vanguard, I'll do what I can to help.
I'm looking for Jada Huang.
Wang?
Wang?
Really?
Yeah.
There are at least 3 other pilots based out of here I'd expect to receive complaints about first. Before we get started, I have to inform you there's a formal review process for the Vanguard, so don't expect any action.
I am literally part of the Vanguard.
Now, what is the nature of your complaint?
I'm not here to complain. I just need to talk to her.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Force of habit, I suppose. Jada isn't here. Hasn't been here in a while. In fact, she's following up on some sensitive information. I'm not sure I should disclose any more than that.
For my stream? I think this year is 5 years as of Christmas Day. Yeah. Because my oldest subscriber is 56 months. I know what she's after. I have information that could help her.
It's not something I can just blurt out.
Yeah, I hit affiliate on Christmas Day. I mean, there's a huge difference between my streams in the beginning and my streams now. Yeah, Nakogo's #1. She was actually not #1 for the longest time. #1 was actually Razor Rob. But he kind of drifted off a little bit. So now Nakogo's #1 and then Razor Rob's #2. You don't seem to understand. I need this information now.
I do understand.
As for the James Gunn
I'm trying
thing,
to figure out a way to help you, okay?
I
suppose
don't
it's
know.
not the end of the world. Jada came in a bit
I'm a
of
little concerned they're gonna do the modern audience thing to it.
She's been focused on zealots ever since she was assigned here, but this was a whole other level. She was headed out to Groombridge to track them down. Never seen her so fixated. And if you know Jada, that's saying something. If you're headed out that way, be careful. Wouldn't surprise me if she's getting into all kinds of trouble. Fly safe.
Twisting the existing story of a character to fit a certain narrative. Like the Snow White debacle, for example. So not a narrative decision, more of a political one. No, I've seen the drama around it. I don't have any specific opinion on the quality of the movie.
You are not authorized to be here. State your business. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
Just get up out of my seat. I'm here with Andrea. We've been looking for you.
You what? You've got to be kidding me. You show up here now of all times? Shit. I've got multiple ships inbound. Too late to run. Sure hope you're prepared for a fight.
I'm so prepared I got out of my chair. Alright.
Target's grab drive is down. Target's grabbed. The target's shields are offline.
For an A-class ship, my ship is pretty kitted out.
I'm sure not going anywhere for a while. So why don't you tell me what the hell you think you're doing, showing up here now?
Andrea is trying to make up for what happened years ago.
10 years after the fact? With nothing in between? You'll have to forgive me if I find that hard to believe. Suspicious, even. Look, my grav drive is fried. I need time to repair, if I can even manage it. You didn't take the opportunity to blow me up. So either that's not your goal, or you're playing some long game. You want to explain yourself?
Long cat is long.
From coming over here. But I'm gonna be armed, and it's gonna be aimed at her head. Just so we're all clear.
I don't even remember what iridium is. It's something I don't care about. It flopped by like 100%. I know its commercial outcome was really bad. I mean, Disney's been missing the plot for a little while here. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean the movie is bad. It just means nobody's interested in it. I kind of want to watch Megalopolis for the same reasons. Like, it kind of flopped, but I've gotten mixed views from people, and mixed view movies might be the most interesting thing. Ah, where the hell am I going? There it is.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hatches line up.
I mean, people are all really willing to spend more time on a streaming platform than, you know, spending the 40 or 50 bucks or whatever it is to go see a movie. It's like a YouTube shorts, right? People are willing to punch through a lot of crap when it's only 15 seconds.
How can you possibly show your face?
I am glad to see that you are safe, Jada. I am sorry if this is difficult for you.
Difficult? Are you serious right now? You set us up, killed my friends, and then a decade later you show up like nothing happened? Have you lost your mind?
Set you up? I was not behind that. It was zealots, you know that. We were all attacked.
Don't bullshit me. Not now. And who the hell are you? Her backup dancer?
Let's all just calm down.
Hey, I'm calm. You calm? Great. What are you doing here with her? You don't look like Varun to me.
Andrea was worried about you.
Worried? Worried she hadn't finished me off, maybe. I knew it was only a matter of time.
What are you talking about? I have never acted against you.
You know, for a while I told myself it was a coincidence that you disappeared once the shooting started. That you were long gone when the dust settled. Told myself, no, it couldn't possibly be her. Not after all those years we spent working together. We're friends. So I went after the Zealots. And then I found out the truth. Your damned High Council. They knew. Told the Zealots where to find us.
That's not true. That cannot be true.
Oh, it is.
How? How do you know this? If you have proof, I need to see it right now.
You don't get to demand anything of me, Andreja. I know what I've seen.
You were working with House of Varun. Why would they want to kill you?
Because we were a loose end. We knew things. Locations, names. They never trusted
Yeah, it's the Katsa bead.
We were just a mess that needed cleaning up.
If you're so sure of this, then let's see the proof. Convince us.
I don't have... It doesn't work like that. I've put things together over the years. Slates, communications, interrogations.
A name, Jada. Give me a name. You must have heard one by now.
Tomasar. Tomasar Kadik. That's the bastard from the High Council who's been helping the Zealots.
And did you hear this from Aaron?
Aaron? What? No. I haven't talked to him in a year. What do you know about it?
Jada, I swear on the Serpent himself, I would never betray you. I need time to make this right. Can we go somewhere and talk?
I am not giving up on this. I've tracked them this far, and I'm going to see this through. You want your proof? Well, they have it.
I mean, the creation engine's old, right? Like, you gotta recognize that this is just
That's him.
Fallout 3 retrofitted.
Ambush. If you're not lying to me, then you better help me take him down. Otherwise, I'll just have to destroy you both. Get back to your ship.
All right. How do I get back to my ship?
Assuming all systems are nominal, we are ready to depart.
Like, this game runs almost as bad as Cyberpunk does. Yeah, it's jarring.
Directed to their betrayed the charge laid upon them by the great serpent.
Take plutonium. Oh my god, I can't. Why? They have too much crap. What can I throw? Why are you apologizing to me? I didn't make this game. It is weird. I mean, it was one of the main criticisms. I've got a whole bunch of mods to try to soften it a bit, but still kind of awkward. Guess I can jettison that. Like how he's dead and he's still preaching. I should actually make a base. I got way too much junk in my trunk. Can I research anything? Oh, I can. Hell yeah. Large primers and titanium. I guess I could just slap another cargo thing on this ship. I'll do that the next time I'm in.
I do not understand. It cannot be possible that the High Council would betray us like that. He must have been lying.
So let's go ask the High Council.
No, that would be unwise. We need more information. Something
Is that
about
how it
this
works, Wabu?
does not feel right. This message. The code at the bottom. I have seen this before. I know where we need to go.
Oh.
I must explain. House Baroon values secrecy above nearly all else. Those of us sent out into the settled systems, we cannot return.
This whole storyline's kind of messed up because we've literally been where Varun is. Lucky for us that I've been there and know the way.
When agents are assigned a mission, we are taken to a point outside of House Baroon's domain. We do not jump ourselves. We are never given the coordinates for Varun Kai, so that we can never be forced to reveal them. Only a select few are ever trusted with that knowledge. I was never supposed
Starfield is not an awful game, but it's like mid-level of delivery across all aspects of it drags it down, especially when you understand that this came after Skyrim. And a lot of it boils down to expectations changing over time, but it's also hyper jarring the way the content is delivered. And there's no real choice between the antagonists in the story, and it was really marketed to be a lot more than it ended up being. It was very No Man's Sky in terms of how it was presented, but how it actually ended up being delivered. Sounds like you're being used.
It has been deemed necessary for the protection of House Baroon. And for generations, it has worked. Who am I to question it? But there is something I can do. If the Council is complicit, it would be foolish to confront them. But
I think the Oblivion remaster is riding mostly on nostalgia, but I'll play it one day. And since I've never played Oblivion, I'll be able to look at it through a clear lens.
It means potentially putting you in danger. I cannot say for certain what will happen.
I didn't have anything else to do today anyway.
You do enjoy deflecting situations with humor, don't you? There is an old derelict star station where I may get answers. I know that seems vague.
Yeah, they went for it. They redid so many textures. It was pretty funny, some of the things they chose to censor though.
Do you think the documentary about your life will be made into a movie?
The inequality in their choices were also very interesting if you want to look at through a more generic lens. But yeah, as far as like remasters are concerned, their choice of pricing and the amount of effort that went into it is definitely unexpected. Well, they changed a lot of the Daedra and a lot of the characters in the city, such as the arena fighters. They have much different clothing. I'll like blow this up.
Where's Doc? I'm sure whoever's in
All right, follow me. I will say it.
There's danger here. This place looks pretty empty, to be honest. Is that a heat leech? AKA a terramorph? Have a good night, Abid. I hope that training thing goes well for you when you get to it. I guess you got another week, but still. Trying to build stuff is hard. Sir, bust a lot. This place is so empty. Why is she concerned about anything? Only danger I'm going to experience is carpal tunnel or boredom. Ugh.
Before we go any further, I cannot stress this enough. Keep your weapons at your side. Do not make any sudden moves. Do nothing to appear hostile.
Okay. I trust you.
Thank you. Please give me a moment.
I don't even remember how to put my gun away though. Oh, it did it for me. What chair do I have? I have a Herman Miller body. It's like 13 years old now. It is the greatest chair I've ever purchased in my life, but you're not gonna like the price tag. Yeah, it's 13 years old. The arms are kind of messed up a little bit, but I can replace those fairly cheaply. It's really hard to find a chair that has a seat that can go far enough behind the knees. At my height anyway. And this thing has an adjustable one, which was pretty cool. But I just viewed it as being a tool for my job, right? The stream room reveal? I've posted pictures of it already. When I bought this chair,
The one who needs to explain himself, Commissar.
I am surprised.
the lady was like,
What has gotten into you? This is very unlike you. Almost.
so I had to go to a specific vendor for it.
What you have done.
And they had a showroom, and it's the kind of place where you walk in and somebody chases you around the whole time. So I tried out a bunch of different chairs, and I finally settled on this one. And I'm like, okay, I want that one. Let's package it up. And we get about halfway back to the front, and she's like, you do know how much this costs, right? Like, yeah. Load it up.
Nothing like that has ever happened.
Enough! I have the transcripts, Commissar. You did this. You told them where to find us.
Now, let's just take a moment. No one wants to make accusations they might regret. You are from that Constellation group. I've heard all about you. You have turned her against me, filled her head with lies. This will not be allowed to stand.
Sounds like you're the one who's been lying to her.
You know nothing of it.
I said enough. This is between you and me.
This has gone far enough. Talk some sense into her at once.
Here, I'll post the picture or a new picture in Discord.
Against House Varun.
Mr. Paz! How's the day going, man? There. No, it cost me 1,100 Canadian at the time. So you can see the Herman Miller there, and you can see how the arms are kind of messed up, but everything else is perfect on it. Oh, this is when I was cleaning out my filing cabinet. Yeah, it's some insane number now. There, Suko. Got everything you need. Mind's Eye? I guess he does kind of look like it. Maybe being a little more honest would help.
But I am. If you let Andreja hurt me, I am her only link to the High Council, to House Varun. Without me, she can never return home. You must make her listen to reason.
Unfortunately,
I don't have an
for
iPad.
you, Tommy
That's an
Stark,
HD
it
Fire.
is no longer true.
I can't afford
You are
iPads.
not my only path to Dasra.
It's true. I've been to the Kavnik system and can go back anytime I feel like it.
How do you know that name? It has been a secret for generations.
You know, guy? Just off the back of a truck.
I had heard something happened in Dasra, but you cannot possibly be the one they spoke of.
I didn't want to spend money on a stream deck, so I bought an Amazon Fire and rooted it.
You not hear me? You do this, you lose everything.
I heard you. I know what it costs me.
In the US.
He deserves it. Does he not?
Isn't there some other way?
I do not know. Maybe. Maybe if the High Council sees what he has done.
Show the council. Let them deal with him.
Fine. Consider yourself fortunate. You get to live.
This is not over. The High Council will hear of your treason.
Perhaps they will hear of your actions as well, Tomisar. Think on that. Come. Let us leave this place. I wish to return to the lodge.
You have that exact filing cabinet? It's the most generic filing cabinet ever. It was like the cheapest thing I could find. That ticked off all the boxes. I cannot fast travel because I'm in a friggin' building. Ugh. So is that a cannon? What are you talking about? Oh no, it's an Olympus OMD Mark II. It has dead pixels on it. It's a really bad camera. But it turns out it's actually decent as a video camera if you have some soldering skills and buy some sketchy crap off of AliExpress. I wired up, so I bought a battery case for the batteries that go into the camera, but it didn't have any of the guts inside of it. So I cracked it open, soldered a USB cable and some other electronic hardware to do the electrical conversion. And I've got it plugged into my PC, so it's powered by that. It thinks it has a battery in it, but it's really actually plugged in. And then I take the HDMI out and composite it in OBS here. If it wasn't a messed up camera, it'd be worth like 1,200 bucks, but because it is literally broken for photography purposes, it's not the best choice. I kind of want to get one of those OBSBot tiny things, but this thing works just fine. I don't need people to be able to see my pores on stream anyway.
I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but
I need to look at this picture that I posted. Like, people are hyper examining it. Okay, so the drugs on the table were temporary antibiotics for an injury I had. The silver thing below the monitor is my HDMI switcher. So I switch between my my Nintendo Switch and my PC. That's my streaming controller. Let's see, what else have we got in here? That monitor actually is not the monitor I use anymore. Actually, I should move this. It's the drugs I take to avoid the depression that chat causes me. Okay, let's just... I'll move this web camera later. I never use the web camera. I don't actually know why I have it still. It's useless, but whatever. It just lives on the top of my monitor. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so lip balm is basically a necessity in Canada, especially during the winter. My mouse pad could probably use a replacement. The keyboard is a Type Heaven, or a top res Type Heaven. I'm not a super big fan of it, but whatever. The wrist rest is a 3M thing. You can see my two PCs down on the ground there. The white dish on the left is a little the hell are these things called again? Yeah, that shows you when it was taken. No, it's they've got a specific name and something stupid. But yeah, it just has batteries in it. Because I haven't disposed of them yet. Because my VR stuff requires batteries. So there's my very first monitor is the vertical one there. It's this ancient BenQ 1080 from like 20 years ago. And then there's a bunch of different displays there. You can see there's an MacBook M4 Pro there. The HD Fire 10. You can kind of see the UPS in behind my Quest 2 that's hanging off the table. There's of course an energy drink on the table, headphones. I got one of those Gully Kill King Kong 2s there. There's a separate monitor and mouse because I need to keep my work PCs and my play PCs separate from each other. But the monitors can flip back and forth between the different PCs. So depending upon what I'm doing, I'll do something different. The thing with the pads in between the laptop and the vertical display, that's my audio mixer. You can see the arm from my microphone on the left a little bit, and then you can see the lights. So I've got one light on the side here, which is the highlight one, so it's the thing that gives my head the glow and kind of breaks me off the background. And then on the very left, you can see just the corner of the light that lights me, my key light, but it actually is firing off the back of the wall. Yeah, it's a little dusty. Yeah. I have a snake plant. It's kind of droopy. I was cleaning out my filing cabinet, so there's a bunch of papers on the ground on the right. Bunch of other random crap. I don't know, it's not very exciting. It's just a white wall, and the mud has dried out on the taping on one of the walls, so I've got to redo that at some point, but I'm way too lazy. So there you go. The glowing PC is my gaming PC. The blank black one is my streaming PC. Those kind of live next to each other. I 100% regret going RGB. Dude, the dish is this. It's this thing. The yellow sticker. What the hell are you talking about? The yellow thing is this. It's a battery. What does a dish mean? This is a dish, man. It was holding onto the battery. Onto the right side? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, that's just a warning label on the UPS. Yeah, it's like, don't open it up, otherwise you'll kill yourself or something. Jesus Christ, you guys are examining this. Yeah, so that's the Herman Miller body. I've got a floor protector on the ground. I mean, what else?
Just the most recent thing, then. The most recent request was to remind you that you should cut back on spicy food.
I will cut you, taxing. I do regret RGB, yeah.
So, I was instructed to remind you before the next
Never do it. Next time I'm going, just full blank again.
No, not that one. What did I say before that one? You said remember to check on the experiment. The one that
The software is annoying. The wiring is annoying.
exploded already. What about the one before that?
All right, the next person that asks me about the dish on the left is getting banned.
Multiple trajectories associated with orbiting bodies. You said this planet might hold the key to understanding the nature of.
That's it. I remember what it was now. Where am I gonna put
What the hell is the name of those things? Oh, it's a ramekin. There we go. Yeah, they're called ramekins. and they're usually for holding on to like really hot things. You found the stapler? I do have a stapler. It's a swing line too. It's not red though, so I guess that's kind of uncool. What is next to the scissors?
Always good to speak with a friend.
Jesus Christ, you guys are just freaking sleuthing here. What do we got here? Oh, that's this thing. It's can opener basically, or you can use it for opening bottles. So this side is for the bottles, and then this side is for putting holes in like juice cans or whatever, or maple syrup. I always keep it around because, you know, Canadian emergency maple syrup. It's got a magnet on the back of it, which is why it lives on the filing cabinet, because the filing cabinet's metal.
It is a good day, yes?
Anything else? My God. I was pretty sure there was nothing incriminating in that photo, and here we are.
If there is something I
You
can
spy
do,
a remote.
please.
Jesus
say so.
Christ. You talking about the lights? Yeah, it's this thing. This controls the lights. Okay, very exciting, right? Yeah.
Something important or just
What's up,
conversation?
Rosie? What is it above the white dish on the left? Okay, you're either talking about the microphone arm. Okay, there's actually a microphone in front of my face right now. You see that? Or you're talking about the thing that
Trust you are well.
and just the basket for my wallet and keys and whatever else. Well, am I a magician? No, I'm just a streamer with too much time on his hands. I didn't like the microphone, so I got rid of it.
What do you need?
I've gotten way more minimal over time. There's a whole thing here.
Something on your mind?
Amazing. What's the coaster look like? It's a Czechvar coaster. I like Czechvar Pilsners.
How can I assist?
Yeah, it's kind of ancient. Got a cork back. Very exciting. You guys are friggin' weirdos.
You are a welcome diversion. What do you need?
This one is from IKEA. Very exciting, right? You can get your own.
Thank you for coming back here with me. I fear that after all that has happened, everything going on in Dasra, I am unsure of my place in House Varun. This room may be the only place I can truly call home anymore.
The wicker basket on the right? I think it was my mom's old, like, sewing container or something. Yeah, it was originally there to hold all of my empty cans. What's in it right now? It's a bunch of paperwork. Yeah. Birth certificates and crap. $56 in Windows? What? Lodge will always be here for you. We all will.
The Great Serpent's... Yes.
How will no
I know that
taxing?
I am not completely alone. And that offers some comfort, but it is more complicated
56-inch
than that.
Windows?
I do not know how to live without some connection to House Varun.
I don't know.
The Great Serpent has always
It's the only
been
son I
guiding
get.
force in my life. The force that drives all that I do. What if I have lost that?
Your connection to the Great Serpent was never through Tomasar. It's still there, inside you.
Yes, that is true. Whatever else has happened...
I'm gonna leave this as a grand mystery, Suko.
The Great Serpent still holds a purpose for me. You have been by my side through all of this. The most turbulent time in my life. And you have supported me, faithfully. I have never been able to count on any single person.
You'll be over
I
soon.
am with you.
Hopefully the
If I
Canadian
am
Border
repeating
Patrol
myself,
will
you
stop
have to
you,
forgive
but
me.
I'll be ready.
I cannot overstate what it means to me.
I'll always be here for you. I love you.
Well, that is... I'm sorry. I need a moment. I have not been oblivious to your comments, you know. Though occasionally I wondered if I was seeing something that
It's
was
time
not
to see Bethesda's romance writing.
there. If you mean it, my feelings are not so different.
The feelings are conditional.
We must be clear on one thing from the very beginning. I do not share.
Oh.
If you are mine, then you are mine alone. No one else will come between us. If that is not a commitment you are willing to make, I understand, but I will not compromise.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Oh, I am quite certain. Do not doubt.
It's not a CD case. I am all yours for as long as you want me.
Then truly nothing can stop us. We will be a force to be reckoned with. You have brought a joy to my life that I could not have imagined and could never have expected. With you at my side, love, I look forward to everything that comes next.
Sick. He considers me an ally. Let's get back to Shattered Space. You're right, my pants are off right now.
I'm here for you, should you need me.
Can I tell you something?
I know that tone very well. What is it?
You have the most beautiful eyes. I get so lost in them.
Thank you, dearest. You are not so bad yourself.
You like that, chat? How are you feeling about our relationship?
I trust you completely. I have not been able to say that.
It is
about
very
anyone.
warm in here, though.
It means a great deal to me.
Alright. I just like to hear it every once in a while.
Then I shall be sure to say it more often.
Can I suck it? I'm not that flexible.
Take care of yourself.
The only thing I really suck at well is Monster Hunter. Oh. I don't think that's an option, man. You might be able to find a mod for it, though. Whoa, that place got messed up. Look at that. Not yet, yeah. One day we will have fully autonomous AI NPCs. And much like Vader spouting racism and dropping N-bombs, you will be able to do anything you want.
Hopefully the soldiers are all out on missions or patrols.
Real talk though, why did the developers at Fortnite think that releasing an AI version of Vader into that game was a good idea?
You do not have approval to trade with me. Apologies, but you're not clear to purchase from me yet.
Are you serious? I'm gonna shank everybody.
Remain ever vigilant. Heresy must be exposed.
Heresy.
Foolish Victor. The High Council
also needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right.
Right here.
I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Vethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house. If you are not a member of House Vethal, you do not belong here.
I was sent by the High Council to get your cooperation.
Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovek no more.
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovek sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council.
Killing him would be
You
pretty
must
okay.
act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
You can't kill important
These are hardly
NPCs.
matters for the ears of an outsider.
These are vital matters that could save Dazra.
And who are you to tell me what is vital and what is not? You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house.
I know you're expected to be a leader and you're acting like a child.
The audacity. I should have you arrested.
Come at me, brah.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion?
File not found. Of course, I'm well practiced in a lot of things.
Then perhaps you are more promising than I initially thought. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric.
Do you see yourself as Lex
As if
Luthor?
our house
Luthor,
has
rather?
not suffered enough loss already.
What did Varric do to turn his back on the Great Serpent?
My son denounced the very faith that defines Varun society. He dared to blame Anasco for the state of Dazra. Dared to call our faith in the Great Serpent blind. It is heresy and punishable by death.
Who's Vashti?
I will not speak of her with an outsider, promised or not. Your focus is solely on Varric.
Why would Varric leave at a time like this?
Because he let his weakness get the better of him. He sees himself as a prisoner in this life. He runs from a duty that others would spend their lives coveting. He is my son. He does not get to choose. He was born to inherit my title, and he knows the punishment for refusing to honor it.
Killing Varric for leaving sounds extreme to me.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. I do not wish Vedic dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death.
What does the Ministry of State have to do with it?
Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve, both the Great Serpent and House Varun. No exceptions. Those who refuse must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption.
Oh. Why haven't you dealt with this yourself?
I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now.
He could use the Snickers, yeah. How does Varric's death relate to power grid access?
The shame Varric brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent.
Varric is your son. You could make an exception.
Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Vedic and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Vedic has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me.
Conveniently, I don't need to bring a part of his body.
Only then will I grant you access
Yep,
to the
20
power.
experience is 20 experience. I agree with Vittoria. There must be another way.
There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order, and you will be expected to serve as we all do. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Vedic's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate.
I'll use my best discretion when the time comes.
See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Vedic for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
Figuratively, yes. You totally can.
Sorry, but you will have to get approval before you can buy it.
Nah, I just rely on Jill.
All I am saying is that I am not free. All this waiting around is unbearable.
What do you want? Is it time to resume our duel?
Oh, hell yeah.
No. I was foolish, Amila. The duel is off, and it should never have happened to begin with. The truth is that
I'm at the
when
DLC
duel
that I
was
wanted to do.
I had never felt so relieved in my life. I do not want to kill you, Amila. I am ashamed to have ever challenged you. I am sorry. I understand if you never want to speak with me again. I am disgusted in myself.
Oh, come now, brother. I deserved it all. You have shown me nothing but patience for years. But even the patience of a saint can run out.
No jokes, Amila, please. I just want you to know that I am sorry.
I am too. I will try to be better. I cannot make any promises. All I can say is that I will try. I want to make things right with you, with everyone. But I just do not know where to start.
Now kiss.
It is all right, Amila. One thing at a time.
I really just want to be left alone.
Okay, maybe not. Do. Why do I have to keep coming back to this bar? You're thinking the same thing? Maybe we should be writers.
I have not seen my sister in days. Great Serpent, I pray nothing has happened to her.
To lift your spirits?
I'm looking for Varric Vethal.
Varric? Depends on who's looking for him. And I, of course.
The guy owes me a drink and said to meet up here.
Sounds like Varric, at least. Truth is, I haven't seen him for a few days myself. But if you find him, tell him he better come check on his tab. I know he's good.
You got it,
for
Mr. Riley.
But since he gave Eggy permission to use it, it's sky high.
He's a regular here. Surely you must know something.
If he owes you a drink, you know I wish I could. But I'm afraid I just can't help you.
He's helped me through a lot.
It always helps when you have a personal connection.
It's important that I speak with him.
Well, if it's important... All right, fine. I don't know where he is, but there's a man, Tain Salavea.
Salavea! Tell me where I can find Tain Salavea.
That one's easy. Tain's a bit of a regular ever since Dasra went to hell. Just wait around a bit, and he's bound to wander in.
Perfect.
I do hope that the Great Serpent has a plan for me.
Have you considered laying off the crack?
The guards overheard my neighbor forsaking the Great Serpent.
One for me.
A drink or two ought to lighten this mood.
No,
Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently?
Nobody makes a drink.
Serpent bless you. I've been showing the rightful path.
Just one more drink.
Oh, wow. You really bought in, huh? I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing.
You're not promised and they speak to you?
I guess when you're part of the supply chain, they make a few exceptions. There's not a lot of people in the import-export business when it comes to Dasra, and they aim to keep it that way. But believe me, it wasn't any short amount of time before they let me roam.
Oh, they can rely on AI. How'd you end up here?
You could say I'm like a specialized delivery service, moving stuff back and forth between Dasra and the settled systems. Just so happens I got a lot of time on my hands since Dasra went to hell and I lost my ship. And let me tell you, I thought things were grim before. Whatever that incident was, this whole planet's gonna need therapy.
Planetary therapy. Know what you mean?
Yeah, it's something, isn't it? I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention.
I'm used to having a fan club.
Well, glad Dasra didn't disappoint. Something tells me you aren't kidding. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for?
I'd like your help finding Varric Vethal.
Varric Vethal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know?
I do, of course.
Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vethal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dasra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent. And I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
It's a deal. Credits for Varric's location.
Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races.
Track him? You have a tracker on Varric?
You make it sound creepy. But yeah, for emergencies.
You're coming with me?
Yep. When it comes to my stuff, it's like a package deal. I'm not just gonna hand off valuable tech to some stranger.
Alright, good. Let's go.
After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Greetings.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab dinner. It's gonna be like half an hour, so I'm just gonna shut things down, and then I'll start them up again. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're enjoying Todd Howard's magnum opus here.
I just
I'll see you in a bit.
worry about your
Take care.
times.